What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Most Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, I'm vibed out. You know that. Can't complain. Life's good. Life is good. Ah, yes. How about yourself, though, man?
Good. Went to the Penguins game yesterday.
How was it?
Good. Sad at the same time.
Uh-oh. Let's hear it.
There just weren't enough people in the stadium, dude.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I don't know what's happened.
Uh-oh.
People don't go to pro sporting events live anymore. It's a shame.
It is a shame, actually. I'm with you on that.
Because I'm telling you, at the last Steeler home game, it was the Bengals one.
Mm-hmm.
Place was probably 60, 70%.
I remember
full.
that. Yep.
Such a shame.
Because we came in
Such a
talking
big
about
game,
it.
too.
Yeah, we came in talking about it, man.
And then I go to this Penguins game. I mean, this thing's probably 40%. I mean, maybe 50% at its peak. Maybe midway through the second, it was at 50. Maybe.
But it was on a Tuesday, though, right? Does that count?
Dude, I'm telling you, I used to go to these games maybe like 5-10 years ago, and this was Penguin games.
No.
Middle of the week, my dad would get tickets from his company or something. That place would be so packed. It would be such a good event to go to during the week.
You're absolutely right. Because there's been some times I'm thinking to myself, 14, 15, 16, we would go on a random Tuesday. And yes, it would be packed. It'd be crazy too, man. You got some good games in there, man.
It was a good game. Penguins won 3-1. Crosby 2 goals.
Let's go.
Hit on all my picks, all my investments.
Big Deke investments. Y'all know what time
Penguins
it is.
were down 1-0. Then I had to go with them money line because the odds got better. It dropped to like minus 130, minus 132. Took advantage of that because the Penguins were like minus 300 before the game. I'm like, the value's not really there. They go down 1-0.
The value does matter.
The time starts to eat away in the first period, and then the odds just continue to go down. I'm like, all right, this is the time to hit it. Put 20 on that. Had Crosby with a goal. Had Crosby over on a 1.5. Clean sweep.
Let's get it. So how they looking though? Because I haven't transitioned to locking in on them just yet.
Yeah, they're fine.
They fine.
Jari played really good yesterday.
Good.
He let up one in the first like 30 seconds or a minute, but then Blue Jackets had a total of 30 plus shots throughout the whole game. I think it was like 32 or 33 shots. He only let up that goal. So other than that, would have been a shutout. He played really solid. And then, I just feel like with the Penguins' offense, that's always going to be good when you have a Crosby, a Malkin, Gensel. Yeah. Even that Raquel dude's not bad. It's going to be our defense that's questionable a little bit. Luckily, the Blue Jackets suck, so this was a good time to catch them.
So if we can score, and you said Jari's all right.
Yeah, he's just got to keep playing good. Then he was playing awesome last year until he got hurt in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
He was an all-star.
As long as he's healthy, we can score. We all right. Yeah.
It was fun, though. Overall, it was a very fun game to be at.
No, I'm glad to hear that, man. And man, shout out to you, too, man, because not only were you there, but you even was sending the content, man. When you hit me, it was like, yo, I got some vids I'm going to drop off early. I'm going to hit this game. I got something. I'm like, bro, think you all on it, bro. So salute you, though, man. Absolutely, man. I'm trying to think.
Cooked up a TJ Watt one for you before I came over, actually.
Bro, I actually did get the email.
Okay.
Yeah, because you actually do. I do get the email. I did see that. And I do appreciate it as well. So you already know, vids still dropping. That's what we do. But y'all trying to think, what did I get into yesterday, man? Baby girl. She got her
hoops.
No. So yesterday was a big day in the Moats household because our middle girl officially got her Apple Watch. So the way we did it was this, right? We had this thing because she wears glasses. And we were like, we want to transition her to contacts for a couple of reasons and everything like that. But that was like our big thing of like, hey, if you can start doing it, we'll get you whatever you want. So the 10-year-old is like, hey, all my friends got cell phones or they got watches where they can text and call people. So it was like, all right, if you go ahead and get your contacts in, we'll go ahead and get you something like that, right? We didn't realize it was going to take her a whole month to do this. We thought that this was going to take place prior to Thanksgiving, prior to like all of that. Yeah. So she finally got it in a day ago. And it was like, yo, we need to go get this thing. So we was out there running around playing that, going from store to store to trying to get the perfect watch for the little lady. But that got accomplished. So I felt good as a dad. So that was a positive. So yeah, man, other than that, man, everything is good. Bank account's a little bit lower. But sometimes, the little lady, when she asks for dad to get it, hard time saying no. So yeah, man. But it worked out well, man. So it's all good.
I'm glad everything's going well here.
She was like super excited. She even texted me in school. I'm like, bro, you're in class right now.
Just off the watch? Or does she have like a phone that's connected?
No phone, but they could do the phone number. So it's essentially you could text, call, do everything from the watch. All you gotta do is add the phone. But yeah, so for her it was a big deal. So she's on the thing, typing. I'm like, oh, I appreciate you thinking of me, but at the same time, can you focus in that school workplace? But yeah, it was dope though, bro.
How's that even possible on those watches?
Bro, they have their own phone number. Like I have one right now.
How could you type on that thing though?
That bro, like seriously?
It's
Check
possible.
it out. Well, it's to my pops right here, but it has a whole keyboard that comes up. You could talk.
Yeah,
you could talk, text it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
man.
not that bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be way too tiny.
The older ones, yeah. The newer ones, yeah, it's like that. It's like, bro, you can legit. It's pretty cool, man. But yeah, so she was having a blast with it because that's all she wanted to do is be able to talk to people now. So it was pretty cool, man. So that's what was going on in the Moats household.
G's thinking about it then too, right?
You already know he was on. I'm like, look, little fella, don't you even start. KK hollering over here like, Dad, I had to wait till I was 13. Ava just 10. I'm like, babe, technology has continued to evolve. We never saw an iPad when I was in school. I was like, KK, you saw iPads when you got to middle school. I was like, Ava and Gray, they getting these things in like kindergarten and pre-K now, man. It's nuts.
But that's usually how it even goes.
That's how it
with
always
the
is, bro.
parents, though, too,
Yeah.
because you start getting a little bit more lenient.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's this interesting phase we're in right now. We're going to see how she handles this new responsibility, though. But so far, so good. So, with that being said, man, let's start the show how we always do it, huh? Let us know where you're tuning in from so we can give you those big boy shout outs, baby, to start the show.
Jacob Malesio
Hey, Leah.
says cut Deontay.
Time out. So Jacob, he continuing with the cut Deontay. I like your energy early on. I see you holding true. And Leah Warren, she just called me out. She said, Most, you know that's not even a dent in your bank account. I was like, all right. Okay. All right. You might be right. You're right. It sounded better when I was describing the story. It gave it a little more context, a little bit more flair. I thought we all could relate to that comment, but fair enough. All right, call me out. Gotcha. All right, so
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Chill, that's fine. Here I am.
At least I didn't call you out.
I was trying.
I didn't
to
call you
relate.
out like the whole Bengals game yesterday or 2 days ago.
I was trying to relate. I was like, it was a little dent. Yeah. All right.
No, it is relatable because I don't know how much Apple Watches are. What are they? Like 200?
They're enough.
100?
They're enough.
$100, $200.
Yeah.
It's still money. It's still $100. It's still
It all
$200,
matters,
$300,
man.
whatever it is.
It all matters. That could have been new shoes for both of us. Deke. We could have had like matching shoes or something, man. Me and
That
you.
would have been nice.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, Leah. Yeah. Anywho, let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling.
Nick Y, 918 Tulsa, Oklahoma.
There it
Says, "What's
is.
good, buds?"
What's happening?
David Dupree, DD Smalls, Gainesville, Florida.
Let's go. I feel like I was just talking to you, Didi. Because I was. Shout out to you, though, baby.
Nick's mom, 614 Columbus, Ohio. Go Bucks.
Let's get it. You said that's Nick's mom?
Who?
What was the name?
Yeah, Nick's mom,
Nick's
7.
mom. Shout out to Nick's mom, 7, man. Absolutely.
We got Jacques Washington, 915 El Paso, Texas.
Let's get it. Let me tap in for a little bit, too, man. I got Calculated Snipe tuning in from San Antonio, Texas with love. You know that love is definitely reciprocated, goes back and forth, or however we want to say that thing, but either way, it goes back ways. Mutual. There we go. Alex Reckley tuning in from the 804 Richmond, Virginia. Late Night Snack tuning in from the 412 downtown with his Pittsburgh for show. And then Leah Warren also spent the block after calling me out to say that she is from the 254 Killeen, Texas. We definitely appreciate you. And I got to end it with my man Lifted Ones tuning in from Sagtown, City of Trees. Because we're big nature people over here. All right. So shout out to all the greenery that's in the world right now. All right.
Farron Bradford says pocket watchers.
Yeah. Don't be watching the pocket, man. Y'all saw that play with L. Bell and the companies. You know what I mean? You don't be watching no pockets, man. Yeah. And it's the principle. Who said? I thought I saw somebody
Farron
say.
Bradford again.
Yeah, it's the principle, baby. It's the principle of it. Yes.
I'll say a couple more. Steely Macrophiliac, 613, watching from north of the pond.
Macrophiliac. That just. All right. I like it.
Just Learning is from the 575, not the 757. Taos, New Mexico.
Well, we got peoples out there in New Mexico. Come on, man. We got. I got my homie, Michael Patrick McCracken. He out there. Come on now.
Last one. Todd Skolsty. Bueno from the 520, Tucson, Arizona.
There it is. All right. Well, with that being said, man, let's tap in. I like it, man.
Good question to start off here with
All right.
Kyle Monnier.
And let's make sure we hit the like button, too, on the front end of this thing while we at it. Like that thing. Subscribe that thing. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Appreciate you.
Kyle Monnier. Who do you think our Pro Bowlers are right now?
Ooh,
That's a great question.
Minka, Highsmith.
Cam.
Yeah, probably Cam.
Yeah, TJ's usually an automatic. But
Yeah,
damn.
I was even thinking Sutton, but I'm like, I don't know, because he has the number. He might have the picks. I just don't know.
Was he got 3?
Yeah, is it 3 or 4?
I'll check.
Yeah, I wasn't sure off the top of my head, but he might be in the conversation. Offensively, I'd have to see what the rest of the tight ends look like.
Oh, dude, no, I'm telling you.
Is he in?
Moose, yeah, dude.
Okay, so then move then.
Yeah, he's
so he'll
in
be
the mix.
fourth one then.
He's definitely in the mix.
Okay.
The touch, I don't know what it's going to be with the touchdowns. Though.
Yeah.
I don't know with that whole scenario because he's only got, I believe it's one. It's that one from Mitch in that Patriots game, right?
Mm-hmm. So I was like, I mean, he's in the conversation then. So we at least got 4 legit people in that convo. Boswell, I don't know how much time with him missing this time right now, how this is going to hurt him or not.
Cam Sutton with interceptions.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have went to NFL.com because I got to sift through all this. I need to switch it up and go to like a Steelers page. I think it's 2, though, because I'm not seeing him under 3. Levi Wallace got 3, though.
Yeah, but he going to have the other issue.
Yeah, he's not getting in.
Yeah,
there's just no way.
Yeah,
There's so many corners right now. I mean, Tariq Woolen,
he was leading the league at one time.
Gardner Johnson is 6. Minka's got 4. That's like, what's that? That's tied for 4th in the league right now.
Yeah.
Your boy Jordan Poyer with 4.
Simmons got 2 last week.
So actually 3. You know what?
How many does Simmons have right now? Because Justin Simmons definitely had 2
Dude,
last
3's
week.
actually because there's so many with 3. They just had Levi Wallace on the end of all the guys that had 3. 3 is probably like tied for 11th or 12th in the league right now. Yeah. No, I'm not really. I'm not seeing Sutton right now on the 3s. I think it's 2 for him.
So how you feeling then? 4 and a possible maybe? Because
you think one of our linemen can make it, like a James Daniels?
I personally don't think so. I was leaning more maybe Miles Jack maybe, but I don't know if he has enough of the splash plays right now.
You're right.
Because when I look at like
does he even have a pick?
Because I'm like,
he's got a fumble recovery.
Because over even in Baltimore, like Roquan, he got 100+, but he has a couple picks. He has the sacks as well. Same with Patrick Queen. I'm like, you got to have a little. Even Edmonds up in Buffalo, he got some of that splash play. You need some of that little seasoning on that thing. So yeah.
Okay. So for our defense, Highsmith with 10 sacks. Hayward has 5, and he's having
those 2 should be in there. Yeah.
Good all around season.
At least 3 on defense. Mink, Cam, and Highsmith.
Yeah, Cam Sutton's got 2.
Yeah, so
TJ's got 2.
So yeah, Mink, Cam, and Highsmith right now. Mink, Cam, and Highsmith. I think.
I'm liking the Muth call though.
I think he might be it though, man. I think on offense, because I don't see us going offensive line right now.
Andrews will probably see that's tough. How many tight ends make? Isn't it usually 3? Andrews and Kelsey. And then if there's a third, I think Muth.
He's gonna be in that conversation, absolutely.
I really do believe it.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just double check real quick. Yeah, dude, because the other guys are in the NFC, like a Goddard,
Kittle,
a Hawkinson, Kittle. Yeah, Muth got it. If it's 3,
okay, all right.
And if it's 2, you never know with the other guys. Maybe one of them's a little banged up. They don't want. Oh, it's different this year. It's not an actual Pro Bowl, right?
Oh, you're just getting voted into it. Yeah.
Skills challenge or some BS like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if it's 3 or not. If it's 3, I do believe Moose should make it. He's on a really good pace this year. He should He should end up with like 800+ yards.
Yeah. So just stay healthy then, man. Stay healthy. Stay up out there, and we good.
And then we got a few on defense. Maybe Presley Harvin, punter. Who knows?
Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Definitely not Boss being hurt and stuff. Tucker's gonna get that from the AFC for sure.
Yeah. If we finish hot though, which we definitely have a chance to do in terms of winning 4 of these 5 or running the table, I think that changes a lot in terms of the odds of a lot of those dudes that we're talking about. Even a Harvin or does an offensive lineman sneak in there? If you're able to end it hot and you're winning, voters, man.
I think the only problem is the voting ends.
It's gonna end
15th.
Mm-hmm. So it's like you still got time though. Still got time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got to get hot. You got to keep going. We're hot already.
That's this game, but then I don't know how much. So is that voting for the public ends the 15th?
That's what I thought. The public, but everybody
I think it gets decided late December.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, we got some guys.
Ooh, Vegas cut 702. Good call. He says Chooks. Actually, I've been liking Chooks, man.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty good recently.
Playing well, man. Absolutely, he's been playing well.
All right, next one. Ryan McPherson. Deke, how you feel about Slovis transferring?
Oh, yeah, I did see him leave, yeah.
I threw a party.
Oh. This is crazy full circle, man. It's crazy. Partying on the way in, partying on the way out.
Yeah.
Different type of parties?
No, we're celebrating both times.
All right.
Happy both times. Yeah, I'm pumped about it because we got Jerkovich coming in now too. Here's the thing. I don't know how I would have felt if he just left on his own and we didn't have anyone else coming in. But it was planned from the start because as soon as Slovis left, Jerkovich literally like an hour later, he announced that he's going to Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
Hometown kid. He's got a cannon. I like his upside a lot better than Slovis. And Jerkovich's down year this last year, like I think he was pretty bad. And by all accounts, the people that were watching Boston College saying he was pretty bad. Same exact stats as Slovis. Less yards, but a touchdown interception ratio. But at least he's more mobile. I think he's got better upside. He's got a connection with Cignetti, our offensive coordinator, because Cignetti was out in Boston College already.
Well, you know I like Cignetti.
And Jerkovich had a ton of success when he was there.
Yeah, Cignetti's, they do what they do, man.
I like the move. I don't know where Slovis is going to go. I don't know. We were texting. I don't know where DJ from Clemson's going to go.
The one for
Who
me.
wants him? I really don't know.
That's the one for me.
He's terrible, bro.
He's
terrible.
That's just a disaster. But have you seen how crazy the portal is? Obviously, we'll talk about it a little later, but like just the amount of numbers in there right now, it is crazy, bro. Like everybody's hopping in the portal.
It's the Wild West.
Yeah, everybody's in the portal right now, man.
I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's weird because we're not used to this type of action.
It's like
football.
Free agency, but in college.
Yeah, literally.
Like that's what
Pitt
it feels
is going to
like.
have 3 different quarterbacks in 3 years.
Yes, dude. Like that is nuts.
And all guys that are accomplished coming in.
Nuts.
Pickett obviously was a long-time starter for Pitt. Then we get a Slovis who was a starter
was still
for a
a
few
big
years
time
at USC.
recruit. Absolutely.
A big name.
Yeah.
Now we get this Jerkovich dude
who was a big time recruit when he came out. Absolutely.
Yeah, he was like a 5-star man. He's
like
from
I remember when he went to Notre Dame. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Went to Notre Dame, leaves Notre Dame, goes to Boston College, has all that talent, and he finally makes his way back to Pitt.
Yeah, Zick Shazier, he called it out. Yeah, it was like 2,000 people hit the portal yesterday. Yeah, no exaggeration, bro. It might have been more. I think they said it's like 3,000 people currently in the transfer portal right now, bro.
These dudes got to be careful.
Yeah, I was just like, what? But that was what.
Well, I guess you could always go back to your school, though. It's not like you can't go back. You just
you remember
hit the portal, and it's basically like you're opening up recruiting
But see, you
again.
say that, but you don't think of it in the same way of this, man.
It's almost like free agency in football. Because then a team, like if you're a receiver, you go in the portal, the other team could be like, okay, we don't know if you're going to come back exactly.
So there is
Let's look at another receiver
So
now.
there is no guarantee that you can go back. Prime time, I did get a chance to see some of that stuff. But even when he was talking to his Jackson State guys on the way out, he also said that he was like, I know a lot of y'all looking like I'm gonna hop in the portal, I'm gonna just get up out of here. He was like, man, don't die in that portal because that's what's gonna happen, man. You start hopping in that thing, and if I'm my school, I'm like, look, bro, I don't know if you coming back or not. So now I go over here, now you stuck. So yeah, it's crazy though right now, man. It is crazy.
Isaiah Aguilar. We'll be coming to the Berg from AZ to watch the Steelers-Ravens. Can't wait. Let's have a White Claw, Deke.
Ooh.
And let's have a Bleezy Moats.
Let's get it.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Let's go. I like how he knew which ones were like what, too. Yeah. See? That means he been rocking with the show. I get it.
Yeah, I'll drink a White Claw.
And he know I'm a nature guy. Yeah.
Come on here. Moats, not going to lie, that jersey is making me sick. He's a Celtics guy.
You know, man, had to go LeBron, Brian. You know, he just continues to move up list. I think it's assist list now, you know. Next to be scoring, then to be rebounding, then be defense. You know, he's just doing what he does. But shout out to Anthony Davis, though, man. When he has been out there healthy, especially during this last little stretch, man, he has been going crazy. Not playing tonight, though, man. He's out with COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. And no Brian tonight, resting the ankle, man.
Any takes on the Lakers?
They getting hot right now. They
playoff prospects,
contender
prospects.
No, put it like this,
trade
though, man.
Prospects.
The trade dynamic has changed a lot because of how Russ has been playing in this situation, and more so how Anthony Davis has been stepping up. If AD can step up and play like he's been playing, because he's been playing like an MVP caliber.
That's what LeBron was expecting when he got him.
Yes, and that's the frustrating part.
I can age like fine wine if AD can take over as number one.
If AD can play like how he's been playing these past 4 to 5 games, bro, Bron will be good for the next 2-3 years easily. Because that AD is like league MVP AD. That's think Shaq 30 and 10, 30 and 20 type thing. But we're going to see, can he sustain it? If he can, that lifts a ton of burden off of Braun and off of Westbrook. But it's going to be on AD. You know how I feel about trusting in AD like that. I am not really on board with that. But I'm hoping that it works out. But either way, just got to shout my dog out. You know, Braun.
Farron Bradford, shout out to 14 and his response to the criticism. I'm going to fall back, my guy. Now it's Ravens week. The trash, bootlickers, dumpster juice. They want to be us so bad. They got the blueprint from us. W loading.
Let's get it. Hey, so at 4:30 we'll start tapping into the likes and don't likes too, just to make sure we stay on our Klizak. But I did not see his response, but
he didn't say anything.
I was about to say, but no, just going back.
He literally said,
"I'm
not going to give you guys anything today."
That's what he said.
Yeah, he said,
I'm
starting before we even start this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you guys anything to go and run stories and stuff.
Good. I like that. But going back and watching the tape though, man, I could definitely I can understand why he was frustrated. It made sense for him. But just going back to what we said big picture wise, yes, you're open. But is it worth this quarterback having to change how he is playing currently? Some of this stuff is like, man, I saw the one play is like, yeah, he was flipping out. And it made sense. He was open twice. I'm like, dang, you got open 2 times on the same route, and he still ain't go to you. I get it. But it's like, man, if Kenny isn't confident making those type of throws just yet, man, you can't force that dude to do that. I know you pissed off, but you can't like make him do those type of things. And my concern is just starting off early next week. What is the Kenny to Pickens dynamic going to be? Are we coming out this game and Kenny is like intentionally trying to force feed him this thing to make him happy? Or are we just coming out this thing and we still just playing our game operating? I'm hoping that we just operate this thing and Kenny doesn't think like that. But I could definitely understand. Because Pickens had some moments. And it's like, yes, you want certain quarterbacks to make those throws, but this isn't the stage where Kenny is at right now, man. Like, Deke, some of this stuff, if it was 7, you like, bro, you chucking that thing up there, no question.
Okay? You mean to tell me he should be our quarterback?
No, I didn't say this version of 7. I'm saying like just the history of that 7. The 7 that you think has been here the past year, I'm talking about the 7 that was like the one that we all was like on the same page with. Like that one. All right.
I thought we were all on the same page.
No. We weren't on the same page. No, the one that you be talking about, like from last year, no, we're a little different. But the 7 that we're all
needed a Pickens last year. The 7 needed some better O-line.
We'll never know, unfortunately. But the 7 that we all remember, he would make those type of throws, and he could do it at a high level and a consistent level. But right now, to ask Kenny, can he do that? And to go through the trial and error of that while us still trying to maintain this offense and the possessions and winning games the way that we're winning, it just doesn't make a lot of sense right now. I do think that Kenny should take some of those attempts, but
if it ain't broke, don't
it
fix
ain't.
it.
That's my thing.
It really just comes down to that.
That is so my thing right now, bro. I'm like, could we nitpick it? Yes. Could we nitpick and say yes? Dude, is he open? Sure. Is the NFL open? Yes. Could he see that? Yes. One time Kenny is looking at it and he's thinking about it. And he's like, no, I'm going to go here. And I get it. It's like, bro, that's a tighter throw to make because that safety is cheating over there. And if Kenny is not right, that safety is either going to kill Pickens or get a pick. So it's like, I get it. I do. But at the same time, like you said, if it ain't broke, man, he ain't turning his rock over for how many games in a row? We 3 out of the last 4 games right now, man. We just got to roll with this thing, baby. So.
And it's a teeter-totter right now because Pickett was going to Pickens a lot early on whenever he first started as the quarterback. He's going to Pickens a lot and taking some of those deep shots down the field. Now, I don't know how the coverage are changing a little bit. If they're – because that's what even Pickens was talking about a little bit today. He's like, they're starting to design a little bit more attention to him. Yeah.
Yes, they're giving him more attention. But it's one of those things where if you have a guy that you feel like is that guy, you challenge that coverage. If you're a guy that isn't all the way confident in that, you stay away from that. Because by them playing it like that, it opens it up other places. So it's one of those things where you're making the good throw, you're making a good read. That's just the, can you be elite? That's the, are you top 5? The top 5, they're going to be daggering that. Like, all right, you want to play this coverage? Let's see how good this safety is. Not everybody can do that just yet. And for a rookie who is not even 10 starts in, I'm not asking him to do that either, man.
It's probably even less about the capabilities as opposed to just being smart with it.
Yeah, smart and comfortable. Like you're learning this thing. So how can you just say, hey, I'm learning, but let's just be aggressive? Like then when we all start learning how to drive, we ain't just hop on the interstate and just floor that thing. I'm sure some people did. I'm sure it didn't end well. Maybe it ended great for the 1% of the Jeff Gordons and Dale Earnhardts, but for everybody else, you don't start like that. Everybody else, you do what? You start slow.
They were born to go past
and
the
you
speed
learn.
limit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for some of them other dudes, it's like, oh no, okay, they just born with that gift. It's cool. We can all drive. We can all be successful drivers. We can all have elite driving records. But just different terms of how we get there.
I just feel like it's a natural thing, though, and that's what Pickett talked about in his press conference after the game.
Yeah.
Pickens a lot early on. Now they're starting to give him some more coverage, some more attention. Seeing Deontay and Muth get a little bit more open. Now he's starting to build that connection with Deontay, and that wasn't there early on.
Yeah.
So it's just, all right, back and forth. Now we're getting a little bit more balance, spreading the ball out a little bit more, and I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, now Pickens goes a little bit more up because we just need Deontay to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Because if he starts catching the ball, he'll become even a more threat. They'll have more attention to him. Maybe there's less on
that was
Pickens
crazy
then.
too. So yes, Deontay had his drops in the game, had his drop issue. Even with that, I'm like Deontay. If Deontay wanted to get pissed like how Pickens was, he could have as well, because he was one of them other dudes that was open a lot more. But once again, man, it's a part of the process, man. And it's good that they're all at least on the same page of understanding that, hey, we're going to all go through 1 week it might be you, Deontay. 1 week it might be you, Pickens. 1 week it might be you, Pat. But as long as they can all just be on the same page with that thing and not have the outbursts, I think it's good. Because the only reason we're even talking about it or even knowing about it was because of what? The outburst. So as long, like I said, we knew Deontay was frustrated, but it wasn't as big of an outburst. For Pickens, it's not going to be the last time he can get frustrated. But hopefully the next time it's not the outburst. And then, like I said, we ain't got to keep talking about it. But that was funny. I did not know he said that. That was funny though, bro.
Yeah, he was funny, dude.
Yeah.
He had his mask thing on. It was
That
like
is
basically
funny,
like
bro.
covering his mouth.
That is funny.
He was so indifferent to answering the questions. The one thing he did bring up, though, probably not the best guy to bring up. He was like, man, I could go through a list of guys like T.O. Like, these people have gotten upset before.
No.
Don't bring up T.O. because
Next
people
you gonna say
think
AB.
T.O. is like a locker room
yeah.
cancer.
Yeah, next you gonna say, yeah,
Don't bring up
AB, man.
Don't bring up Moss.
Don't bring
T.O.,
up Ocho
AB.
Cinco.
No.
None of them dudes, man. Like, nah, that is bad for business, man. Don't bring them names up.
I get what he was saying, though.
Yeah.
He's basically talking about, like, a dude can still be an awesome receiver, and they get upset a little bit. It just kind of comes with the job.
Yeah. I like the thought process, but wrong names. Just find another name, man. Find another name. All right, so let's pause with the supers. Let's tap into this first topic. Likes and don't likes. Just so we can get that on the front end of this thing. Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah. Alrighty. So let us also know in the chat 3 things that you like about this current Ravens team. Just talking about the likes and just 3 of those things. Alrighty. Then.
You going first?
Of course I'm going first, unless you wanted to go first today.
No, I'm good.
Okay. I like your flannel shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Looks nice. All right. So the first thing that I like about this Ravens team is their rushing attack. It always starts with the rushing attack. It's the philosophy, it's the identity of this team. They want to run the ball. That's always been a part of the Ravens' makeup in terms of just trying to pound that rock and stuff like that. And this is no different. Granted, it's different schematically, but for us, they're going to be doing the exact same stuff they did, whether it was Lamar Jackson out there or more than likely who would be Tyler Huntley this week. But the rushing attack, it is really good. It's very reminiscent of what we saw last week. All of the shifts, the pre-snap motion, ball handling and stuff like that, man, you got to read your keys. And they make you have to stay disciplined. But on top of that, they're different than the Falcons in the sense that the Falcons last week, we talked about them trying to get cute, almost trying to outsmart themselves, right? Throwing the ball, and then waiting to the second half to run. Baltimore, that's not how they operate. They come off the bus, man. They ready to run that rock, man, and that is even more heightened now with the quarterback situation. So the rushing attack is the first thing that I do like about this Ravens team.
First thing, I was thinking this on my way over, actually. How they're able to bring in above average / washed up veterans.
I knew it.
and have those dudes
They always do.
make a resurgence in their system.
Don't they always do
Mike
it?
Wallace, Steve
Don't they
Smith.
always do it? Don't they
The
always?
new version of that right now is Justin Houston.
Uh-huh.
They got Pierre Paul in there. Am I missing
When
anyone?
I see JPP out there, I said, "Oh,
Like
no,
Latavius
you
Murray kind
didn't,
of last
bro.
year. He didn't do that
no,
bad
he
for them.
definitely did.
I don't know
last
if you
year.
want to consider Mark Ingram whenever he came over from the States, because I still think he was in his
He was
prime.
good, yeah.
He was
But
definitely
it
still in
definitely
his
felt
prime.
that way, though. It definitely felt that way.
Anquan Bolden.
Mm-hmm.
They just do it all the time.
Every
I'm
time.
envious of it because
time.
we can't do that.
Every single time.
It's rare that we could pull something like that off.
And it's all like you said. It's always
Melvin
like,
Ingram would have been the perfect
it's
example
like
last year,
that
but we
dude,
can't do it.
It's always that dude. You're like, does he still have anything left? And it's like they find a way to maximize. that
Offense,
bit.
Deshaun Jackson. But I don't think that's going to work out for them this year. And they tried with Des
far,
Bryant.
no, but whoa.
Eh.
So far, he's still been having an impact in terms of being the top off guy. I think the issue right now is you ain't got Tyler. I mean, you got Tyler Huntley throwing it down. Yeah, they scheme it up though, man. If you sleep on it, it'll get you.
We can't do any of that. So I'm a little envious because that type of situation should have worked out for us last year with the Melvin
It
Ingram.
was supposed to.
Jericho Cotchery,
it was
I
supposed to
guess
work.
is probably our best example.
Dante
of that.
Moncrief was supposed to be one like that for us.
Never did. Morgan Burnett never did.
Mm-hmm.
D'Angelo Williams actually is a good
He
one.
did. He did.
That's actually a really good one.
How do you view Ebron? Yes or no? Did he work out?
No.
Mm-hmm.
That was more of a negative overall.
Yeah. So D-Lo might have been the last one. Shout out to D-Lo, man. That's the home. You know that. So yeah. All right then.
That's one thing
Shout out
I
to
like
them.
about what they do. Bringing some old
right.
big name guys and they can have some impact.
The next thing I like is Mark Andrews. Coach Tomlin talked about him yesterday in his press conference. Talked about him as a number one receiver, and rightfully so. This is a dude that gets targeted like one, but he is an athlete like that too, man. He's super productive. He gets targeted even more so now that Tyler Huntley is out there. It is like hyper focused on him, but he delivers, man, and they're not afraid to challenge anybody. I saw him throw the back shoulder fade not a back shoulder fade, but they threw the back shoulder jump ball on Patrick Surtain with Mark Andrews. Just for context, it's like, bro, I'm barely trying to send receivers at Patrick Surtain because of how good he is at this level. And like you said, man, to do that with the tight end, it just shows the confidence they have in him. And it was Tyler Huntley who they designed the play to throw it for him, which is even crazier. But Mark Andrews, man, he's just a complete player, man. He's one of the best in the league that is at that position. You obviously heard how we talked about Pat Freiermuth, and we feel like this dude is still a class above that right now. Now, we'll see if Pat can catch that because he definitely should be able to. But Mark Andrews, man, he's definitely one of them dudes, man. So that'll be the second thing that I like about this rat bird situation.
Someone's bringing up Joe Hayden for us. I think he was still in his prime, though.
I feel like we view Joe differently because of AB going against Joe. If we never saw AB go against Joe, nobody would have thought nobody would have thought Joe was like slipping or sucking.
Didn't we get Joe Hayden? He was like 28 or 29 at the time.
Yeah, that was my thing. It was just like I felt like we kind of viewed Joe as not elite like that because of how we saw AB do Joe. Until you get Joe here and you're like, oh no, Joe is still nice. He just ain't nice against that guy, but everybody else he's nice against, and it worked out.
No one's really nice against AB.
That's what we all was figuring out. But you got to think it was during that time we was figuring it out. At the time, it was like, Joe. And I remember how that felt when we walked in that stadium. AB said, okay. And the rest was history. It was like, nope, they're not the same. No, they are not. Yeah. So that's changed our mind. But like I said, it was great to have that on our side and we could actually see, oh, this is what it looks like. This is a number one corner. That's nice. It even dresses nice. Shout out to the shoes, you know?
Yeah.
That's it.
My second one is very much of a wide-ranging, I guess, like. It goes back to the one comment, I think it was the last Super Chat we read, actually, where he was talking about how the Ravens are trying to be versions of us. They're just like a lesser version. But in a way, that's a good thing. Like, I just feel like the organization and how the Ravens do things is the right way.
Yep.
Not only on the field, but like off the field as an organization. They have a great coach in John Harbaugh. They have good general managers, good front office. They always bring in talent. They're always in the mix, and you could tell by that with Lamar Jackson's record as a starting quarterback, but also even throughout these last 10, 20 years. There's a rare season or two in there where they're not in some type of playoff mix, just like us whenever you're heading into the last 2 weeks. It's either you're in the playoffs or like, hey, man, you got to win out to get in. Maybe you need some stuff to happen. That's always the case with the Ravens. So you got to give props there. They play good defense. They run the ball. I mean, it's just different versions. They have a Lamar Jackson. So our offense has not been exactly like how theirs is. But the fundamentals. The
philosophy is the same, though.
You're right.
Physical, run the rock.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So that's something you got to like about the Ravens.
No, absolutely, man. And I'm glad you brought that up. That actually goes into my last like. And it was talking about their physicality, but I'm more so focused on their defense. But as a whole, this is a very physical team. Very similar to how we like to play the game. But more importantly, when I talk about how physical they are, I'm speaking on their defense. The front seven, man. Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen. Them two dudes is dice. They nice as heck, man. And they play off each other really well. And just with their group right now, they do have that nice mix of veteran and youth. When you talk about a Jason Pierre-Paul and a Justin Houston, those guys are veterans. And it reflects when you watch them play the run. It reflects when you watch how they just do the routine things. Stuff that at times just like, yo, how did that happen? It's like, no, they're constantly where they're supposed to be with that. But then when you mix that with the freakish interior talent from a Roquan Smith, from a Patrick Queen, where these dudes are sideline to sideline and stuff, it really just opens up a lot more for them. And then obviously on the back end, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, like they're good, but they're physical, and that's the thing that really helps them out in some of these games. Very similar to when we look at us on time or us on tape at times, and it's like, how does this team, who might not have the same level of talent as that team, choke them out like that and get up out of those stadiums like that? And it's because they play that physical brand the way that we do. We're going to run that ball. We're going to choke you out on defense. We're going to be good on special teams. And as you said it, and also in the chat, they do a lot of things the way that we do. And that is why they've been able to be as successful as they've been. But that is something that really stands out when you cut on the tape. Like, they run to the ball and they are physical.
Even this team in particular, now you can argue the degrees of
who's
better at certain positions.
I'm with you.
Good at stopping the run. Leaky secondary at times. But still a solid
players.
secondary.
We got good players, though, right?
Right.
Good players in secondary, but it leaks at the times. Yep. It's a lot of similarities, man. Difference is they've had a Lamar. This matchup, they won't have a Lamar. That changes everything.
Huge difference maker.
It changes everything. Huge. So let's see. Did you say you're the last like though? Let's tap
Justin Tucker. I'm just gonna keep it.
You can't go wrong.
He's
with
a game
him,
changer.
Right?
I was listening to. I forget who I was listening to, but they brought up Justin Tucker and what he means to the Ravens.
Yes.
What he would mean to just any NFL team he was on. If you get it to the 50, you got a chance.
It's
like
points.
That's a huge difference maker.
You know what? That's points. That's crazy. You're always in it. All you gotta do is get to midfield.
See, you get to a 50, that's like 67, 68. But I mean, just close.
Think about it though. Like
the thought of getting around the 50.
And the other problem is this: is not like we haven't seen him hit from that range either. That's the other part. Like some people we speculate with buys like, yo, could he hit from 60? We don't know. I think he could, but we don't know. It's like we've seen this dude hit. This is different. Like he will line up on that logo like it is normal, and you're just like, bro, what is happening right now? So yeah, I'm with you, man. Definitely a weapon, baby. Definitely a weapon. All right, so let's see what the chat. Yeah, let's see what they say, man. Right, all right. Farron Bradford says tight end 1. Mark Andrews tight end 2. Isaiah Likely and tight end 3. I don't even know, but he's probably nice too. It's like a tight end factory over there. I'm with you. All right.
Yeah, they do normally have some good tight ends. Like Dennis Pitta was pretty good.
And who was it
Todd
before?
Heap way back in the day.
Hayden Hurst. He was another one.
Yeah,
he was another one that was good. Who else was down there though? It was somebody else who was in there too. I can't even think right now. But they got a tight end factory though, man. I'm with you. All right. Donald
Shazier. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I get you real quick. All right, Donald Copeland says Tyler Huntley, Mark Andrews, and the inside linebackers. The Tyler Huntley call, huh?
Is he a Tyler Huntley starter guy? Is he a Tyler Huntley is better than Lamar guy?
Remember, that was a crowd, though. He doesn't have a large sample size.
Oh, man.
He doesn't have a large sample size, but his tape technically is all... He has more good than bad performances, but he's clearly not Lamar. He's clearly a step down.
He did have some crazy stat games last year.
Yes,
I remember the Packers game where they put up like almost 30 points.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he done had some... And even in the Broncos game, it was like weird watching him like, is this really working? it's
whenever
weird.
I watched the
It's weird,
Broncos
bro.
game, it is what I thought it was going to be whenever I watched it.
Yep.
Just pure. I can't say luck because dudes are making plays, but I'm like, you're making that play 1 out of 10 times.
To
Huntley's running to the right side,
yes,
like doing double
yes,
pump fakes and
yes.
throwing it to the running. Come on, man.
To me, I said the Baltimore Ravens offense found a way, emphasis on finding a way. I thought their defense, though, was dominant. I thought their defense was lights out.
Russ couldn't do anything.
Yeah, they couldn't do nothing.
He had 1 30-yard pass, and that was like such an outlier for the game.
Seriously,
like,
dude.
Wow, Russ was able to complete this.
Yeah, other than that, it was like the Ravens defense was locked in. So, yeah, I don't get the Huntley one, but yes. All right, shout out though. Shout out to Donald Copeland right there, man.
Here's why I laugh a little bit maybe too, is because whenever we played him last year, he wasn't good. He threw like 2 picks.
That's
and
the
then
thing. That's
whenever I watched him in the Broncos game, I felt the same way. He just had a really nice final drive.
Yeah. Because even the pick he threw, it was just like, yo, that's not necessary. Just throw it away, man. Justin Simmons, though, he had a game. 2 picks, the forced fumble. He was getting on for some boys, man.
Well,
the one pick, I'm
really
bro,
stupid.
like, what are we doing? And why are you throwing it?
Matt Canada wouldn't even call that.
No. But even the dude throwing, like, why are you throwing? Like, there is nothing
Reverse
down
to
there.
the receiver in quadruple coverage.
But it's condensed field. So it's like you're not even going to get these dudes moving like that, bro. Like, you can't call that in the high red zone, bro. Like, you got to call that when you on the other side where they space, man. Yeah.
It was like so telestrated too.
It was bad, bro.
It was almost like he could have pointed down and like called a
bro.
shot, like, "Yo, I'm throwing."
Seriously,
you.
yes.
You knew he was throwing down.
Justin never moved. Justin's like, he really?
As soon as he got the ball, he knew he was throwing it down to the end zone. This is my moment.
If they call that, bro, we good. We gonna be good on Sunday. I promise you.
Yeah, they were getting desperate if they felt they had to do that.
It's like, yo, what are we?
That drive, they weren't moving the ball back.
They were on the 40 when they did it. Yeah,
they were in the Broncos zone.
Yeah. All right, I got Leah Warren. She says she likes the tight end. Mark Andrews, she likes their running game, and she likes the fact that Lamar isn't playing this week. Well, Leah, I can get behind you on that. I'm glad as well. All righty.
I got this sinking feeling he might.
Either way.
I think it's 95% Huntley, though.
Either way.
By all the signs and all the reports right now.
A compromised Lamar where his legs are not a factor still benefits us, because not just his throwing, because I'm not going to take it and run with in the sense of, oh, he can't beat us with his arm, because I do think he's a capable passer. But what I don't think can happen is this. No, not that. Their offensive line is not going to be able to hold up for a stationary version of Lamar. Their offensive line is decent enough with his mobility, with Huntley's mobility, that they can survive. But if he has to be stationary in that pocket, bro, it's not happening. And when we're talking about him having a knee issue, mobility is going to be compromised in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah, if he's out there, great for us. If he's not out there, all right, still really good for us. Yeah.
They got to sit him. They're at 8-4. They can afford one. You got to get Lamar.
You need him
right.
healthy. Yes. Your season doesn't go anywhere if he's not available to you down the stretch. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you put him out there and increase risk of injury, and he can get injured again and then maybe potentially be out for the season. You saw what happened with them last year. They lost the last 5.
Yep. Can't do it. All right. So let's transition to what we don't like about these rat birds. The fact that, they are the rat birds. We don't like that. But the first thing that I don't like is the fact that, well, I guess I do like it, but I don't like it. I don't like the quarterback situation. It's not Lamar Jackson. Tyler Huntley, he's cool. But unfortunately, he's not Lamar Jackson. And that reflects in terms of their offense, in terms of their productivity, in terms of how explosive they are. Even when they're running the ball, the runs don't hit the same way when it's Tyler Huntley pulling that thing and him taking off versus Lamar pulling it and taking off. Or even when Lamar gives the ball and he fakes like he's going to take off, a lot more attention goes to him in those scenarios, in contrast to now with it being Tyler Huntley, because he's just not the same caliber athlete as Lamar, nor is he as good of a passer. I think that he has good touch on his throws, but he doesn't have the arm strength whatsoever to challenge us in certain ways. I do think he has nice touch, though, and I will put emphasis on that part when he's throwing it. But as a whole, he's limited from what I've seen from him, man. So that'd be the first thing that I don't like. And make sure y'all tap in and put what y'all don't like about the Ravens as well in the chat.
Yep, with you on that. I'll just say, as a whole then, injuries, Marcus Williams being out on IR.
Yeah.
Rashad Bateman, their number 1 receiver, being out. And now combine that with Lamar Jackson. I just feel like without Lamar, There's a reason
It looks like
he
the Falcons,
won
bro. It looks like the Falcons.
MVP. I'd say even a lesser version than the Falcons.
I would agree.
Even worse. I don't
Yep.
think Tyler Huntley's as good as
Mariota.
Mariota. Their offense runs through Lamar. He's the guy that makes their offense scary because outside of that, I went through the Falcons and remember after Drake London, I'm like, who else they got?
Mm-hmm.
Duvernay, DeMarcus Robinson, a 30, how old is Deshaun Jackson right now? 36, 37
Yeah,
maybe?
because he came out before me. So, yeah.
James Prochet, the running backs are Gus Edwards and Kenyon Drake.
Because Dobbs is hurt.
Now, it's
Dobbins is
different.
hurt, excuse me.
It's different if you're talking about all this with Lamar Jackson.
Correct.
And even like a Mark Andrews.
It elevates it. Yeah.
It's so much more of a threat with Lamar. With Tyler Huntley, I'm looking at like,
But
these
those
dudes
are
suck.
Those are force multipliers we're talking about. Lamar, Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is a force multiplier, but he doesn't play the position that you can pick up the slack for, so to speak, with the quarterback issue. If it was Lamar and you didn't have Mark, you could still get away with it because, hey, man, he has the ball in his hands. He's so dynamic. But with Mark, he's still reliant upon Tyler being able to, number one, survive the pressure. Number two, make the read. And then number three, he got to deliver a ball that is at least gives him an opportunity. It's just a lot more for him to depend on. So, yeah.
It's an interesting take. Knight Rider 16. Huntley is better than Mariota. WTF, Deke. Tripping.
When I watched them too, because I was honestly stuck. I was going back and forth between who I thought was better. I think Mariota is more mature of a player. I think he's a better decision maker. But I think Huntley's the better talent. I think that he's a smoother player. I think that he throws a better pass. But like I said, I think Mariota is just a better mind.
I think Mariota's a little better with the legs too.
Yeah, I think he's a more physical runner.
Especially with design runs.
Yes.
Because I feel like the Ravens, even though they still will do the RPOs, they're going to go away from it a little bit more with Huntley as opposed to Lamar. They're still going to run the ball, but it's just they're not going to have that dynamic as much where he's picking up the ball and trying to make the decision with the running back. I think at least.
I do think that Tyler's a more accurate passer than Mariota though right now. I do. Like when I watch it, granted the sample size is smaller.
I like his throwing motion better.
Yeah, I just think that he just delivers a better ball. Now, I don't think it's as strong as Mariota's, but I think it's just a better accurate pass. Whereas you look at Mariota, man, like the mechanics on him when he's throwing, his feet are all over the place. And you look when he throws that ball, man, that ball be all high, low, behind, too far because his mechanics aren't consistent. At least with Huntley, he's a little bit more consistent in that vein. That was one of the things obviously Lamar had to get better at, just the consistency of the fundamentals. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I think I said it like that though, man. I think Huntley's a better player. I think Huntley's the better talent. I think Mariota's the better mind though. Like when I watch Mariota, he doesn't make a ton of dumb mistakes. When I watch Huntley, he will make dumb mistakes. But like I said, I just depends on how you look at it, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you got for two?
For the second thing that I don't like, it is their passing attack. And obviously so because they don't have Lamar Jackson. So when you're talking about this group of receivers, you heard the people that they are without. Deke did a good job of laying that down. It is not the same. Lamar helps your passing attack. You know why? Because you can't run certain coverages against Lamar. Hey, Deke, you think you see a lot of cover one when you're playing Lamar Jackson? Nope. You know why? Because he takes off. You're not going to see a lot of cover one. You're not going to see a lot of two man because you can't turn your back on that type of player. Tyler Huntley is not the same. So you can mix it up. You can give you any type of coverage that you want. And when you're talking about these receivers who don't do a good job of creating a ton of separation, and now you're going to add more coverages on their plate, to me, I just think that that's going to help, or that's going to hurt this passing attack even more so. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. And I don't think that they protect the best. I think that you can get pressure on them. And when you watch them, that's reflected on. Part of that is because of the injuries that they've had across the offensive line, but still, it's they get a little leaky at times. So, yeah.
Well, I was going to say that too. I'm not seeing things wrong, right? Ronnie Stanley's out.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah,
he's out because he's listed as questionable. I didn't see him there.
They've been playing
last week.
Was it Falele? They had him at right tackle to start the season. They playing him at left right now.
He was getting cooked.
Yeah, because he's not a left tackle. We talked about him. We watched him on tape coming out. We were like, bro, he's a right tackle, big body, massive, road grader type. He looks like Orlando Brown, the dude that was there prior to that. They got traded to Kansas City because he wanted to get the check. When he replaced Ronnie Stanley, when Ronnie got hurt, it looks like a right tackle playing left. Like he's big over there, but that's the other thing. I'm just like, they're not like, he's going to have issues with Alex Highsmith. I don't see how they're going to survive that when you're making Tyler Huntley have to play faster on top of that. And yeah, just a recipe for disaster for their passing attack. So
And especially if going back to what I was saying about less of the RPO stuff, less of Tyler Huntley actually being a threat in the run game compared to Lamar, that'll bode really, really well for our edge guys. Because we saw how the Falcons' offense last week kind of, how do you want to say it, kind of neutralized what we usually can do with a Highsmith or TJ getting to the quarterback. I just don't think with a Tyler Huntley and the Ravens guys being less than what the Falcons' weapons were last. I don't think it's going to be the same type of story.
Even though when I went back and watched that tape, bro, you know who low-key was cooking us? Now, granted, he did finish with numbers, but it could have been way more gory. Drake London. Holy cow. I thought Marcus Mariota played bad at times in that game. Son.
This is why you think Huntley's better?
He has some ones where I'm just like, holy smokes, bro. Like, if you can see this or if you can just put a better throw out there, oh, man. Yeah, he probably had, I thought, at least 2 opportunities to score, like explosive plays downfield where dudes were open, and he just missed. One was the Drake London running up the seam by himself. It's like, bro, you deliver that pass, that's a touchdown. The other one was the Cam Sutton PBU in the end zone. Bro. This dude was open 3-4 seconds, 4-5 seconds prior to that, 5-10 yards separation. And I don't know what Mariota's looking at, bro. He's just run around, then he throw it up, and it's a lollipop. It's late, underthrown. I'm just like, this is nuts, man. But it should be similar this week, man, because like I said, Huntley, he ain't this gifted passer where he's reading it and getting it out on time like that and challenging those dudes. So still good. But it was just crazy to see, and that's the beauty of football, though, right? You don't always have to be perfect. Sometimes you need to be a little lucky. And at times we did get some luck on our side, man. And other times we had the rush to help us out, man. But it's one of the ones, man. It's just crazy when you go back and watch some of the games, like the context of it. But at the same time, we did do some things where, like we talked about earlier, where we had opportunities to do the same thing to them. Just a part of it, though.
I agree with you. There's a lack of, this will be my second one then. I guess it has to do a little bit with the injuries, but there's just a lack of splash. There's a lack of oomph. There's a lack of talent on offense. And I already listed off the receivers that they got, the running backs that they got. Now they don't have a Lamar Jackson. It's Tyler Huntley. They got some good guys on the line, but whenever you're missing a dude like Ronnie Stanley, then you got Morgus Moses, who's in an advanced stage of his career.
Shout out to
as
Morgan,
your left
man. He's been doing his thing for a while too, bro. I forgot Morgan was over there. When I saw him on tape, I'm like, oh, that is him. He's still doing it. Yeah.
Maybe this is one for TJ. Maybe this is a get-right game for TJ.
I was like, yo, that's crazy.
If we can get up, and maybe have Tyler Huntley drop back a little bit more than they would want. Maybe TJ gets 2 or 3 this game. I'm hoping so. Or Highsmith, either one.
We got to force a turnover. That's all I can. I'm like, yo, if we can get us an extra turnover in this thing, man, we can get to that scenario. We definitely can. Because if we can get them, I don't even think it has to get to the point where they're dropping back. I just think they're going to drop back a handful of times this game. Whenever those handful of times are, we got to make them count. And I feel like we will. But that's the one for me, man, because you watch them like defensively, they're tough at times. And I'm like, I can see how we're going to have some issues in certain areas, but it's like, man, we can turn them over, bro. They're going to turn.
For sure.
It's going like they're going to turn this ball over, bro. We can't turn
Our
the ball over.
defense wasn't as good last year.
That's
And we got 2 picks on Huntley,
bro. Like for a
how many times did we get fumbles
Oh
on
my
them
gosh,
too?
bro.
The times we played Lamar
like
Jackson.
seriously, man, we are going to be able to turn them over. Like that is there. We just got to protect our ball. If we protect our ball, we should be good.
And that's something the Ravens do well.
Exactly.
They're known for that.
And that's
the cornerbacks, second, they'll punch at the ball. They go for it.
They remember Juju. We all saw that firsthand. It was like, oh, this is different. All right. But we'll get to more of that later. More so tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be a good test for us because we have been doing amazing. Did you know we're on like this historic streak of no turnovers in 4 games?
I didn't know it was historic, but it was pretty dope.
Historic. 4 games in a row. It hasn't been done with this franchise, I think, since the 30s.
Oh, wow.
4 games in a row, no turnovers.
I know we was turning.
Deontay tried last week.
I was going to say, yeah. So shout out, man. Let's see if we can make it 5 weeks in a row then, man. Let's see. But shout out, though, man. All right. So you dropped your...
That was my second.
That was your second.
You got your third.
I'm ready for my third. All right. Yeah. My last one. I just classified it as lead maintenance.
Dude, you're stealing all mine.
I'm not. Because they can't maintain a lead, man. All what's it? 4 losses, 3 of them games, man. They didn't have double-digit leads going into the fourth, and they found a way to lose. It's still crazy when you watch it on tape. You're like, how are y'all really doing this? Like, this don't make a lot of sense because y'all are really good for all the rest of the game except this part of the game. Yeah, but they struggle to maintain leads, man. They, I don't know if when they get up, they take the foot off or if they just kind of don't operate with the same level of detail. Some of it was, and I will say Jacksonville, Trevor being magical.
He was throwing thoughts,
bro. I haven't seen Trevor look like that since Clemson. He was
looking like that in the Chargers game. Remember when I said, whenever I saw him and Herbert, I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, you did. I didn't see that one all the way though, but I definitely felt this one though. I was like, yo. So part of it was like, all right, that's a one-off, cool, but they don't do a good job of maintaining their leads. So yeah, I don't see why that should be any different this week. Because now I'm questioning what is it going to look like when they're not even able to get said lead. Because they had been getting those leads because of how well Lamar had been playing at times. So when you're getting into these games, it's like, yeah, you're going to be up. But right now, when you're talking about starting the game off with the Tyler Huntley, it's going to be like how it was last week for them in the sense of 3 quarters where that offense isn't doing anything. And it's going to be for us to make sure that we keep it that way. But for them, like I said, defensively, they struggle at times to just keep their leads, man. So lead maintenance, had to put it up there.
Right, even though they
get
pretty
up
stacked in terms of personnel
at every level. It's nuts, man.
Now, yeah, is this Peters at the best stage of his career? Probably not. Humphrey's still awesome. They got Kyle Hamilton. They've been getting in there a little bit. Safeties
Kyle
are
Hamilton
good.
is good, bro. I like what they do.
And they're not even utilizing him like all the way. They just got him
Yeah.
in there probably like 40% of the time.
Mm-hmm. Chuck Clark still playing well. It's still crazy.
And
when
Geno
I think
Stone
of him.
ain't playing bad. He's the guy that came in for Williams.
Yep.
He's been doing some things for him. Like they got good players and everything.
Group,
obviously, the linebackers are good. They got a good pass rush. But yeah, they start getting leaky whenever they're up in these games, and they're up in these games big. You go back to the Miami game. That was like inexplicable.
Mm-hmm. But I do wonder if part of it is because of, and this is the weird part, they can rush the passer well. But then I'm just wondering.
They got some old guys. Maybe that's kind
what
of
I'm thinking. I'm like, because there are some times where it does drop
Calais
off a little
Campbell,
bit.
Pierre Paul.
So I'm like, I don't want to say they don't, because their pass rush is good. They don't have to blitz to win. But there are times where it's a lull, where it's just like, yo, they're not winning. And that's when you see those secondary players really get hung out, and that is when they struggle. Maybe that is it. Maybe I just didn't want to say it because I'm like, yo, these dudes is nice. They OGs in this league.
Yeah, they got a ton of sacks this year too.
Yeah, but it's like, but you feel it though, right? It's a lull every game where it's like, yo, where is the pressure for them dudes? And then they have to start doing what? Blitzing. And then it makes it easier on these quarterbacks to start lighting it up. I don't know, man.
I don't want the game flow to go that way.
I don't either.
But if we do get down, at least there is hope. We're saying like, all right, we're down double digits.
Yeah.
Let's see if Kenny can bring us back here. Light them up a little bit. I don't want that. I want us to do exactly what we've been doing in our 3 wins of these last 4 games. Let's run the ball. It might be tough. This Ravens defense is good, particularly against the run. But, yeah, let's just try to stick with our game. Hopefully we can get up, and then we can start attacking them with our defense against their offense. Hopefully Highsmith, Watt can go off. We get a pick or 2. Huntley forces one to us. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm with you on the third one.
All right. I like it. So we're good right here. Let's tap in on this line real quick. Absolutely. We already got the super saved up. Obviously, we know we'll keep happening them a lot more once we get off these lines. And then from there, we'll keep rolling how we do this thing. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Let me make sure I got it. Where's my phone? Oh, there we go. Got this, that, there.
This is the call everyone wants to hear.
Oh, Lord. I just like when y'all two go at it.
Oh, is he going to bring up Jerkovic, I guess? Jerkovic.
We're going to find out today. Don't be surprised. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't be surprised.
All right, I'm ready for it.
And we also need to hear how's he gonna walk back this Naji situation. I did notice when I woke up this morning
I want to ask him about Deontay and Jordan Addison.
Oh, okay.
He's quick to pull the trade trigger.
He is. All right, we're buttoned up. We're locked in. Everything good?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can hear anything. Oh, all right. There we go. Hello, hello. You there? Is that him? Can you hear us? Are you in the building? Is that the locker mate? Is that my Pittsburgh Steelers alum linebacker? Is that my West Virginia Mountaineer almost heaven?
Yeah.
Is that
Almost
my
heaven.
is that him? That's what I'm talking to, right? Mr. Terence Garvin?
Everything.
Okay,
You know
okay.
that?
Shout out to my locker mate then. One time for the culture. One
Yeah.
time.
Total locker mate too. Like not just in the training room locker mate.
No. Like dead
I was
serious locker mate.
patrol locker mate.
Yeah.
I was wooden locker mate.
Get it out the mud.
I was black
Get it out the mud.
locker mate.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely,
True.
babe. Absolutely.
Let the people know, like, true locker mate though.
Hey, no question. That's why I tell the people all the time. I'm saying I don't throw locker mate out to just throw locker mate out. If it was a teammate, that's a different conversation. I've had teammates who we shared lockers with, but I ain't had a locker mate. That's a select few. That's a very select few right there. So absolutely. So I'm not even going to sugarcoat this thing, man.
Okay.
How you feel about your Najee Harris? Huh?
Okay. You see?
No, couple things now. Couple things.
I was
Because the people was fired up about you. They was fired up about you. They want to hear from you specifically because of your tone last week. Okay, we done had a couple of shows since then, solo, group show, and everything. Is like, yo, we gonna hear this dude. Now Deke then came up here and he addressed it. He stood in front of it. He didn't seek comfort. He sucked solutions, and it was good.
okay.
Now the people have been waiting for you to address your take from last week with this new information that we have currently seen, which was Najee's performance.
This new information that we have.
This new information. That's all I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
where we at, baby? Talk to me, man. Where we at?
But we addressed this on the last show before this even happened because we knew this was gonna happen. We addressed this on the last show. Like, what happens if it happens to do some amazing type stuff? And like, hold on. Because we talked about it before we even got here. And I'm like, I think that's even better. I think that's great. I think it's even better that he did that. Can we talk about? Can we talk? Let's talk about what happened and not what we just looked at. I remember. Look, I remember watching it, and I was watching the hype. I seen him 50, buddy. I seen that.
Okay.
I watched the hype, and I remember I looked in the fourth quarter, and respectfully, it had 78 yards.
Oh, here you go.
It was running so hard. I'm like, he's running so hard for those 78 yards. Those yards came hard to get by. All 70. Respectfully.
Oh, wow.
So you know I'm just coming telling the truth that I told you 78. I detailed my work like as Coach T was saying. I'm like, bro, that 78 was a dog fight to go get them 70.
So you say he worked too hard for them 78s. What you trying to imply here?
You gotta work so man. He had to shimmy a dude and set the other dude up on the shimmy to slam this dude like a little kid. Then he went and got 2 more yards off of that, and we thought it was a Hall of Fame run. I loved him. I thought it was a great run. I refused to take anything from that run. I thought it was a great run.
So are you doubling down?
All 4 yards of that run was a great run. You know where I'm going, Mo. All right, respect.
He said that they thought it was a Hall of Fame run. All 4 yards of it. Hey, yo, I can't stand you, bro.
I thought it was a great run. Them 4 yards was hard to come by. That's what I'm talking about right there. Answer my question.
So is this part of your grand scheme? Like this was the showcase you're talking about?
This is my bro. I thought if I was them, I'd sit it down this week because I done got it hyped. I got it hyped now. I'd sit it down this week. I wouldn't even let you see that for a week. I'd give me a week of rest. I'd bring it back next week, and I'd get me another one of them big time 4-yard runs.
Oh my gosh!
And I'd shop it.
Yeah, we can't do that till the off season.
Man. Yo, you foul. You are foul, man.
Bro.
and the reason I'm laughing is this. because I see both sides of it. What you're speaking on is very legitimate, especially when you're talking about the professional element of it. The fans go crazy over that stiff arm. As a defender, I'm like, bro, that's a heck of a play by that DB and this defense running to the ball. He only
I thought they was biting. They got this.
That's what I was saying. I was with you from a professional standpoint. I'm with you. But from the fan standpoint, I'm like, bro, that was a monster run. The momentum, the energy that it gave. Bro, think about everybody went nuts on that play.
Yeah.
Everybody went nuts. So it's like I see both sides of it. That's why from a fan perspective, it's like, man, you crazy, man. That was nuts, bro. Like, he getting off. But the athlete side,
you're like, it was a grind.
Yeah. If you're doing that, that's not going to beat us. If that's as a defender,
it's not going to beat us.
Absolutely, I'm with you. I get that part of it. I get that.
He's on film like, that's tough, but way to bite. You slow his feet down. Look how you slow the feet down.
Hey, slow it down. The carry, we're going to get you 11 hands to the ball. Absolutely.
Sometimes the bear gets you.
Yep. That's how we jumping them.
He did look. Wait. Would you agree with this?
That's why he's from Lebanon.
That's how we jumping him. Yep.
He did look the best that he's looked this year, though. That was probably the healthiest he's looked and the fastest that he looked.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I thought it was the best, healthiest. Also, that Atlanta field is really nice. Like I tell you all the time.
Najee does say he likes turf.
I'm like, people love to play in Atlanta. He said they said they call it a home game for them boys. Yeah.
I thought he played well. I give him that. I thought he played. I thought he ran hard. I just think them yards are so hard to come by. Like it all goes back to the top.
You working really hard for that number, right?
That's what you hard for that. It wasn't a 100-yard day total. I know that for a fact.
And is that sustainable? That workload to get to that output?
You didn't see them shots. He
took some shots. He takes shots. He definitely takes shots.
He was getting hit.
But that's the part of his game right now. He has to run it like that and take those shots to be the Naji that we need.
But that doesn't last for a long time. That's a tough life, bro.
But you don't need it to last forever. This the running back.
You can't say that to me and come picking in the first round that early. You can't talk to me like that.
I agree with that part.
What you're saying doesn't make sense. You're not going to tell me this is a franchise running back, and now you're going to say I don't need it to last that long. Like, make it make sense. Like,
Deke, how long do you need to last, Deke?
Najee?
Yeah, how long you need him to last, man? What you got for me, man?
I mean, we could roll with the backup running backs we got right now.
God, I forgot.
So you turned on it. Did you hear that?
Jeez.
Hold on.
I'm not turning.
You're not going to say nothing about that?
Oh.
No, I just feel like...
What was that, Deke?
We could have success with anything.
That was not the answer I was looking for right there, man. You were supposed to be like, yeah, man, I think all you need is 3-4 years. And Najee, man, if he lasts for 5, that's great. We're supposed to get that comment, man. Not any of these running backs give you that. No, man, no.
I don't know to what degree of the Najee we just saw in Atlanta, but we could get 90%. I would say, based off what we saw from Snow and Warren this year, Najee's way more consistent. He's way more reliable. But I think if you would have given the rock to Snow or Warren last game, we would have gotten pretty similar production. We were going to run good against Atlanta last week.
So you would trade Najee? So let me ask you something.
I don't think we're going to get the... Here's my thing.
That's all I heard.
I want to keep
put him on your trade box.
No, because I don't think we're getting the value that you think we're getting for him. I think we might as well just keep him.
Oh my gosh. Y'all really just say, just interchangeable. It doesn't matter if it was not. Just put Biddy out there, put Warren out there, put Master T. Man, I'm not hearing y'all, man. No, man.
Benny Snow.
Did you hear the word he used? You used the word interchangeable. That's a big word.
People are saying I'm flip-flop.
That sounds like
Najee Harris ran good.
That sounds like replaceable.
Oh, man.
He's the RB1. If we get the Najee Harris we saw in Atlanta, we stick with him for sure.
All right. I mean, like I said, I see both sides. Maybe I'm hanging on to the deuce. Okay, I'm still rolling with them. I like the little stiff on 4-yard run. It had me excited.
Nice.
But at the same time, I 100% have said the exact same thing you said, because full circle, it happened. Buffalo Bills playing Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry stiff arm Josh Norman. It was crazy. I was like, it was just 3-yard run. So I don't know why y'all showing it as a highlight. It was just 3 yards. So I know what you're saying, TG. I'm with you. I said the exact same thing. Run. I was like, it was just 3 yards. I don't know why y'all making a big deal about it. It was just 3.
That was a great 3-yard run.
Yeah, it was an awesome 3-yard run. Yes. But that is a part of the game, though, man. But it does give you energy, though. It does give you momentum. That's got to count for something. That's got to count for something.
It does. I'm not gonna say it's not a momentum change. I'm not gonna say it's a presence. Those things matter.
Yeah.
Those things change the game. That 3 yards might have changed, like not to say it like that, but the way he ran it might have affected the way somebody else ran up on, which might have turned into a 10-yard game.
True.
I'm with you. That's
Or
how
even looking
business
at the end of the
happen.
game. Even looking at the end of the game, man, he had a couple of runs to finish it where you're like, bro, they hit him at the line of scrimmage. He still picks up 5 because they not
Yeah.
as eager to jump on that thing anymore, man.
I give him that. I give him that. You know what I mean?
You just don't want to roll with it going forward. You just don't want to. You don't want that to be your wifey that you waking up to. I hear.
I'm just like, that's not who he is.
You don't want to marry
That's
it.
not who he
You don't
is.
want to marry it. Okay.
That's not who he is. And I think
Okay.
I just feel like, bro, if Najee's a second round running back, we're not having none of these
It's night
conversations.
and day. You're right. You're
If
right.
he's a third, fourth,
Where you're
anything, we're not.
drafted matters. Where you're
Yeah,
drafted matters.
if he-
Absolutely.
If he's third, you're treating him like, oh, we got this in the third.
Yo, we
Martavis,
love
they
it.
got Martavis in the third.
We
It
love
was like,
it.
oh my gosh, look what we
Right.
stole.
We love it.
You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
Part of the AB mystique was we got this in the 6.
Absolutely. That's the part of Brady's mystique. This is the 6. Yeah, absolutely.
But the fact that it came
Yeah.
on the first day,
Yeah.
nah, I expect you to do that. What Coach Tomlin's little running speech, runners run.
Yeah, yeah.
Runners run.
That's what you're supposed to
If
do.
you're a runner, run.
Run the rock.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
If
Absolutely,
that's
man.
what your calling card is, if you're a guy that runs people or you're physical, be physical. That's who you got to be.
For sure.
I'm just saying that lifestyle does not last. Like that, just the first round grade just gives us such a tough time. I would try to give me a second and a third for it right now.
I
That's the
just
thing.
don't see how you're
that's not
getting
gonna
that
happen.
though, bro.
There's
Like
no way.
I don't see a second and a third going
I
for
think you could've-
Najee, bro.
You didn't just see him. You didn't just see him stiff arm the dude. I'm talking. I'm saying,
Stop
like,
it.
he came
The
with-
trade deadline's over, though.
Nope. Because the problem is this: what I'm doing appeases fans. What me and you are talking about appeases football heads, and football heads don't make them type of decisions because we all know that's not the decision you make for Najee.
So a football
We
head,
all know this.
head's like that's a 4-yard run.
Absolutely.
That's what you're saying.
That's a
Okay.
football. But see, I get to wear multiple hats. Okay. So I
Okay.
choose to put on my media fan guy hat and play that card right now. All right. That's what I'm going to do. Okay.
Oh.
But the football side of me, absolutely. It was a 4
So
yard
like
run.
you seen the 4-yard run.
TG, we talked about this when he first came. We said that's not scary in the sense of body punches aren't going to kill you. I'm worried about that dude that can headshot me. I'm worried about that dude that can take the like that's the one that's scary. We get it.
Body blows
I'm
not
with you.
putting you down.
But we're here now and we got to roll with this body puncher. So
Okay.
that's all I'm saying, man. We're going to make this the best body puncher we can get. Okay? So we got to beef it up a little bit. If he got to learn some new body combo, put him in the freezer like Rocky did. And he going to beat all the body punches he need. If that's what it's going to take for Najee, that's what we in right now. But
See, that's where you went wrong right there.
But we stopped.
Like Rocky
You
did.
stopped.
Rocky's the ultimate undrafted free agent story.
he is.
You can't tell me like Rocky did.
But Najee
Apollo was the first rounder that got
Najee
put
plays
down.
running. Oh, don't you do that. Don't you spin my analogy. I don't like you,
You
spin my
can't do
analogy.
that.
Don't you spin my analogy like that. That is not how this works, man. Stop that. All right.
Boy, man. Good boy. I'm not even going to say how I seen the Instagram little side shot. I seen the side shots on Instagram.
It just,
Oh, where's
And I
the
went
side
to
shot?
the vid. It just no.
Yeah.
He did.
I know
call
y'all
me.
seen me.
He called.
I
my
know you seen
phone.
me. I blew your
Listen,
phone up
listen,
off
what
of
was
that.
the side
I'm like,
shot?
answer the
I
phone.
left you out of it. I didn't want to take a shot at you.
I felt like
You were
shots
brought
was
up.
taken at me.
It could have been way worse. We didn't even bring you up.
Deke,
No, I seen y'all take some shots at me, and I didn't say nothing. I was waiting to get on here and talk to y'all. I seen y'all take some shots at me, like, no.
I thought they were shots at me too.
Listen, bro. He called my phone, bro. It had to be like 10 for me and wifey, low key, like about to be out of it. And I'm like, yo, is my phone ringing? And I seen it was TG. And it was right after I posted. I said, oh, I already know what he on.
No.
I stalled.
I saw the
I
times.
definitely pulled the I'm gonna act like I'm sleep card, and I played it all the way like that. But I knew when he hit my phone, I said, "Oh yeah, I already know what this is."
I'm like, he took a dig. That was a dig. I seen it.
I said, oh, he done hit my line at 10:40 at night, Deke. Deke, don't nobody talk to me that late at night, Deke. Don't nobody. I said, oh, this is for real, for real.
That was a shot.
This is for real.
He took a dig at it. Both of y'all did. Both of y'all.
Me? I thought we were on the same team, TJ.
Wait a minute. Now, Deke, how you keep flip-flopping now, Deke? Come on, man. You on my team, Deke.
I'm going to say, because people are saying I'm a flip-flopper right now, I'm going to say exactly what's going on. I'm actually the most consistent one here. Because,
all right, so what's the answer? Where are we at now?
With me? On Naji?
Yeah. What's your opinion? Where are you at with
He's the best running back on the team if we get what we got from him in Atlanta. We stick with him this year. We can't get rid of him this year. We can't trade him. We can't do any of that. I don't know if I necessarily even want to trade him in the offseason. The reason I wanted him potentially not in this Atlanta game was for him to get healthy because I didn't think he looked right at all this year. And this is the game where he looked the most healthy and looked the most fast and had the most burst. So if we keep getting this, I'm fine with him being RB1. But I also do think if we don't have him out there, we could still have a successful running game with the guys that we got. So if we were to trade him for what you're talking about, like a second or third round pick, I think that is good value. And that actually goes back to whenever we were talking at the trade deadline. I said the same thing. You said like a second and a third. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking that immediately.
Yeah,
that's a huge deal.
In that. Now,
okay.
Now I had a question for you as well, though, man. Do you think that Naji could do the L Bell body transformation? Because you remember L Bell first year, bigger back, thicker, good, but not nowhere near as explosive. Dropped all that weight, came back 14, and we know what the rest was after that. Do you think he could do that? Because he did, like, he was like 240, 245, I think it was, in training camp or in OTAs and stuff like that. So do you think
244?
Yeah, he was a big dude, man. He was big.
244.
So do you
I never
think
forget 244? He told us 244.
He definitely said 244. In fact, he said it to me in West on the other show. Yeah. On the other show, he right on air. Absolutely, he
told us 244. He said I played at that last year. What's the big deal?
He put emphasis on it. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
So how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Do you think that he's capable of that?
He definitely could do that. He definitely could do that.
Would that change your mindset on him?
Possibly. If it could move better, I just think right now, to me, that's his game. If you know what I mean. You're talking about ifs and this and this, right?
Man, you know. But all I'm saying. It's not a big if when we're talking about here in Pittsburgh because we've seen L. Bell do it, we've seen James Conner do it, we've seen D'Angelo Williams do it. You don't got to give me 30 if you give me 15.
We didn't see D'Angelo do that. D'Angelo
dropped. Yes, he did.
D'Angelo did that.
Bro, D'Angelo also did, man. I would hear Coach Tomlin every single day. Hey, D'Angelo, I don't want you any bigger than 205. No bigger than 205. And he be trying to cut, eating all that extra healthy stuff over there, man. Now, I don't know how long it lasted, but he was definitely on it. He was on it.
You know what?
He was on it.
You're right.
He was on it.
You're right. I'm not even going to argue with you. You're right. I agree with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, can I give what I've seen?
I'm here.
I seen this Alabama running back named Eddie Lacy.
Don't you do that. Promise. I swear, before you go any further, I swear I literally in my head, I was like, bro, he could go either L. Bell or Eddie Lacy after this. I swear, not the fatness, but I was like, yo.
Not the fatness.
Get thicker, like the weight, like the bigness of when you watch Eddie was a big dude.
Yeah.
I was
and he was running.
He was, but he was a big dude. He's a big dude.
He had too much area to hit.
Yeah.
I'm not into the big back no more. That's just my thing. Like I think it's levels to the big back like we talked about. I think there's a big back, there's a power back. I think his style is kind of a little bit of like even if you look at that monster run, he's shaking somebody before he stiff him.
He is. Yeah.
It's not like that wasn't the beast quake. It's not like you get what I mean. He's not like running through, and I think he's a good running back.
I feel like every time you compliment him, it is met with like a non-compliment that you just suddenly just slide in there. Like
it's not. It
wasn't like a monster stiff arm. It was a shake and
it
then
was a monster
it's
stiff
like,
arm.
Bro, why is it always like that little bit? It's like God damn.
I thought it was a monster stiff arm. I'm just saying he's not.
You're
He's
not a
great
fan of a
dude.
big back. I got it. It's clear.
I think he's a great dude, man. I think he's a great dude. He's great for the locker room. He's great for the team, the city. I think he is. I think he's a great guy, man. I think he fits so many. He checks so many
Oh my
boxes.
gosh. All right.
I do.
All right. We'll leave it at that.
He ain't switching
Okay?
up.
He is not.
You gotta respect it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of trying to figure out where did you end yours at, because I felt like you kind of still was going back and forth, and you
I
tried
got
to
a lot of
talk it up
nuance
to end
to
in the
my
middle.
takes.
Yes,
I got a lot of nuance going on.
Yes.
All right, hold on. Here it is.
Because I'm like, I get where T is, I get where I'm at. I still don't know where you all the way at, though.
Because it is gray. It is gray because I don't think
playing the fence on us,
No,
man.
I don't think TG's wrong in a lot of what he's saying as it
Yeah.
pertains to running back value. But maybe he's not giving Najee enough credit for still being the best running back on the team and still bringing value to the team as is being a running back and getting the carries.
I think he does bring value to the team. I don't disagree with you like that, and I think he is the best. He's the best running back on the team for sure. I agree with you like that. I just think it's like.
But then I'm also with you in terms of like if we got rid of him, I think we can get like 90% of the production. We're not doing that this year, though. This could be an off-season talk. I don't think we're getting a second-round pick for him.
Shout out my guys. Have you ever seen the movie Shallow Hal before?
I have. I don't. Deke is not a big movie guy, but I have it. So in Shallow Hal,
I've heard of it.
It's
And you remember the time where he's standing next to other things and it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you zoomed in on it a little bit and it didn't quite look the same.
Yep.
I think these are one of those moments.
Oh my God.
What lens are we looking at? That's, I think, the
He
conversation.
said it's the Shallow Hal. Oh,
What lens are we looking at?
bro, we looking at the Shallow Hal. Oh my. That hurts because I've watched that movie and I actually enjoy that movie, but that hurts. Oh God, that hurts. All right. So I will transition and I will ask you about another thing pertaining to the Steelers that obviously has had people talking, coming from Sunday. The rookie George Pickens. I don't know if you were aware, but he wasn't.
I seen what happened.
Okay. So what were your thoughts on the scenario, man? And yeah, everything surrounding
I feel like I don't mean to toot my horn, but I feel like I told you this. I'm like, he's a superstar. But if he's not super needed in the game plan that week, he's not going to eat simply because the Steelers have had that woman before. You know, if you understand, they've had that. They've had that superstar receiver that you just quite couldn't control. I think George Pickens is a superstar.
Yeah.
But I think they're a little bit scared to make him a superstar, if you understand where I'm going.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, because if they make him now, before he's mature enough to handle it, it could kill him. It could be a disaster.
I think a lot of Steelers Nation fears AB, and I love AB. Shout out my dog AB. Put that on. You know what I mean? But I think
time out. You know he's currently in some stuff, right?
Man, listen.
Come on now, come on, babe. Come on
That's
now.
my dog.
Hit your ball. Hit him up then. What's going on?
Yeah, I know about the drama. I was on the internet once again fighting somebody over.
Come on, man. Hey, you get that handle, man. That ain't a good look. You know that ain't a good look, man. Get that handle, bro.
I'm just saying.
Talk to him.
He's gonna be cool. You know, the headline's always worse than the story. You got to get the whole story.
This is true, but the headlines have it's been bad after bad after bad after bad. It's just not a good look, man. It's not a good look. Speak from outside. It's not a good look.
I feel you respect. Yeah. I get it. And I think that's the fear, is to create another monster like that.
Because it's a lot of PTSD still. Every time he do something publicly, we be over here ducking like, that one us time? All right.
Even with Deontay.
I think the fear is creating that. You said, what about Deontay?
No, he said even with Deontay.
Deontay, or like when Claypool would do something, we're like, oh shit, is this AB type of stuff?
Yeah, it was the fear of that. It was, could this be another one of those? You know?
Yeah.
Because as good as it was, it's like, can this turn into a monster? I think out of everybody we've seen in the Claypools, the Jujus, I think this is the most.
Yep.
This is the one that will turn into a monster.
Yes. I swear.
Like I think you can see it written on him, and I think he's a dope.
100%.
I'm probably one of his biggest fans.
I love it, but I'm with you. I love it, but I am with you. Yes.
Like
Yes.
I don't think Juju. None of them got nothing on this. I think this man's a monster written all
Yes.
over him,
Yes.
and
He's
they're
special.
scared to let it. So they tame it. They tame it.
But it's hard to tame that, as you know. That is hard to tame.
I think his blow up will come at the end of the year. He's going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So not a blow up on the
Not on the
sideline.
sideline.
Okay.
But yeah.
When I say blow up, I'm not saying blow up like emotional. I'm saying like he'll become the superstar towards the end of the year. Towards like them last 2-3 games, I think he'll go crazy. Like he'll feed him. But that's who he is. He told you who he is. Like, give me the ball.
And T, you look at the tape, he open. the one play where he flipped out, I'm like, bro, you was open 2 times on the same play.
He was,
like,
and I think he had conversations with certain people. Though,
yeah,
he felt confident enough to say, "Hey, bro, give me the ball."
Yeah, and
he
going back to the A. Come on, man, going back to the A.
Come on, I'm from here.
Last time y'all seen me, y'all knew what I was on, and now I'm back. Homecoming game. This supposed to be it. I'm supposed to go off 100+. Yeah, you know that. We both know that. Probably 30 tickets in the stands for the folks. Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Come on, man. First one back in the crib. Everybody do it. Everybody does that. Yeah.
Not mad at him.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see him force him a couple more. I think they can force him the ball a little bit more. I think he's a playmaker. But
see, I think it's more so the question at quarterback, though. Are you willing to have him start taking more of those chances when we're at 4 weeks now with no turnovers?
And running the ball pretty good.
He ain't got a screen yet. They ain't throwing him a tunnel yet. He ain't got just a straight up go get it yet. He ain't got none of that.
So I'm with you on if we're talking touches, but I thought when you said force him the ball, I thought you were talking about like on the downfield stuff that he was hollering about.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he's the type of person you say, all right, look, first play of the game, just throw him the ball. Let's see what happens. I think he's the type of person you say, all right, look, we're gonna get you the ball a certain amount of times. Like we're gonna throw you this tunnel screen.
I mean, they tried to drum it up for Deontay the first shot of the game, but that was when Fryman Fat got beat.
You just said it.
But it was for Deontay. You're right. You're right. It was for Deontay.
I think you drummed that up for him.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be the like 60-yard bomb to start the game off, bro.
Even the red zone pass in the third quarter where he threw it up 1v1, it was to Deontay instead of Pickens. Yeah.
So you wouldn't. Like I just feel like some weeks they're like you're not gonna eat this week. We'll get it to you. Like next week, if you're a fantasy user, I put them in next week for sure because they're gonna throw it to him. It's a rivalry game. They're gonna feed him. They're gonna let the dog be a dog. You know.
For sure.
It's like, that's just what I see. That's my opinion. Like, I just don't think they want to create another AB, a Martavius. They don't want to create that, and they're so scared of what it was and what it could be that it's like, all right, we're not gonna let this just become that. We're gonna tame it.
Yeah.
We'll give it a little sprinkle. We'll sit it down a little bit. We'll give it a little sprinkle. We'll sit it down.
Okay. Well, I have one final thing that we have to discuss.
We got something big
because the portal has been very active at the collegiate level.
Yeah.
People transferring out. People transferring out. Quarterbacks leaving. Quarterbacks coming in.
Check this out.
I'm gonna just turn the floor over to you.
I know he's gonna say something to me the same way I'm gonna say something to him. But he was on this call last year and he told me he had a Heisman hopeful. He did all this. It was this day last year, this time. He told me he had a Heisman hopeful. He told me his world was going to change. In Slav we trust. He had a whole slogan. You don't remember all that?
I do.
He was doing all that.
I said that to him to start the show. I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you.
He got a shirt. He was making shirts. He was like, we trust. Like, you don't remember all that?
I wish I could. You're giving me too much credit.
It was keychains. It was actually keychains. But I'm with you. Yeah, it was keychains. But I'm with you. Yeah.
So now what is this? Is this the new future?
He told
me. Is this where we're going?
He told me they celebrated Slovis coming in, and he said that they celebrating Slovis leaving out. He said that they celebrated the same way. I don't know how, but that's what he told me.
That's amazing to me.
That's what he told me.
100%.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hold on.
That's nice.
I mean, it could go both ways. How you feeling about JT Daniels leaving?
Ooh.
Yeah, we let him ride. We were done with it. We appreciate his time.
Wasn't he supposed to be a Heisman? I thought he was supposed to be a Heisman candidate all world.
That was like the Naji situation. We came, we showed some high glimpses of what it could be. we let it be known, and we put it back on the free agent market. Like, come trade something for this. We gonna get something for it on the low. You just don't know what we get.
Hey,
But we traded that.
Say, yo, we tested the Naji, yo. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Naji came. I tried to move the combo from Naji, and you still gave him a shot. Damn.
But I love
Yeah, we're
him,
talking
though.
college
I think
football.
he's so crazy.
God damn.
But
He said,
you
I'm
were-
going back to Najee block just to give him one more. Okay, just one more for the road. All right.
Legit with this dude though, I was telling Moats this on Monday. I'm pumped because I think this dude has a lot more upside than Slovis. Maybe I was going into the Slovis hype a little blind last year, but he was terrible. I probably same thing with you with JT Daniels. I just don't think he's good. But what this Jerkovich dude could do, he was a first-round prospect. He's got a cannon. He's way more mobile than Slovis, and he's coming home.
Yeah.
So I just like that right there. His floor right now is what Slovis did last year for Pitt, but I think he's
he
got
is
all
from
the upside.
Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah,
He
he's
is from Pittsburgh, right?
so I'm going
Well,
in a
like,
little bit more light, but I'm pumped about it because I do think he is an upgrade over Slovis. And we should have a good team. I think our team was at its best compared to this season
Y'all
coming up.
best
If you're
team-
going to
y'all
say
best team was 2
2022
years
versus
ago.
2023.
He said the best team was.
Y'all
No,
best
I,
team was
I
2
actually
years
think
ago.
this team was better. It's tough because we lost Addison, but I think this defense, offensive line, and other weapons were
Is
best
7 out of
this
that?
year.
That middle linebacker graduated 7.
He might be back. I think he's got another year. There's all these random dudes that are seniors that might have another year of eligibility. Like our best
The
receiver
one
might
that
be able to
should have
come
had the
back.
target and
Jared
penalty
Wayne.
against West Virginia, which would have
Oh
changed
Lord,
the game. That
here
guy.
he go.
No, but like this team was so good. It's just that Slovis wasn't. But like Pickett was the difference maker, and that's why we went 10-2. Even though,
I get
like I
it.
said, I don't think that
Yeah.
defense was as good as what this Pitt defense was last year in 2022. But it still
What
could be
side? Are
decent.
y'all on the same side
in
as Clemson or
2023.
North Carolina? Y'all on the same
Not
side
on
as Clemson
not
or
on the same
North
side as Clemson. Same side as North Carolina.
So you couldn't make the ACC championship on that side?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait.
Yeah,
Oh
y'all-
yeah. No, I'm telling you, it was Slovis wasn't good, man. I'm just telling you, because we were in a lot of these games, like the Louisville and North Carolina game. Louisville in particular, our defense was really good. We just fucked up in the second half of the North Carolina game. That happened, but Louisville game, we held them to 7 points the whole
I
time.
can tell you love Pitt. Hey, you just dropped that F-bomb like that, like Lord.
We effed up. We effed up in the North Carolina game. We had that one. It was close. The defense wasn't like it was for the rest of the year. That was our one like really slip up game. But yeah, Slovis he was consistently bad throughout the like us losing to Georgia Tech. was bad.
You should have lost to West Virginia. You'll lose to West
no,
Virginia
no.
next year, though.
No.
You should have.
Y'all weren't a good team. To be honest with you, you threw our whole year off when we lost to you. We could never bounce back. We never bounced. Like, it was
I
that
could
bad.
tell.
of a loss.
We were on your mind the whole time. You keep bringing
It
up
was on
Pitt
our
stuff.
mind the whole time. We didn't go bowling.
I'm not
Y'all
paying
going
attention to
bowling?
any of your transfers or what's going on down there. You got it all on the top of your mind. What's going on up here in Pittsburgh?
Y'all not going bowling either, are you? Are y'all bowling?
We're 8-4.
Y'all not bowling.
That's what I mean. We could have won 10-2 easily if Slovis just would have
What
played
was
better.
your record? 8-4.
8-4.
We should
better than 5 and 7,
had
right?
10 wins too. I ain't even gonna.
In
lie.
the,
We should
in
have
the
had 10.
ACC though. In the ACC though, you played Duke. You played Boston Colleges of the world.
We had a lighter
Virginia.
schedule, but here's
Yeah.
why
Y'all are nothing.
everything that
We'll
I'm
beat
saying
you
about
next
this
year.
Pitt team being
He
good
said,
is
"We'll beat you
valid.
next."
We took that
We'll beat you
Tennessee
next year.
team to overtime with our backup quarterback. Slovis got hurt in the first half, and this is when he was actually playing good. First 2 games of the year, he gets hurt.
that's
We
before
take
they-
Tennessee to
Tennessee.
overtime. That
But that's
Tennessee
not.
team
That wasn't that Tennessee
with a backup
team,
quarterback that was hurt.
And they played Bama the next week, if I'm correct, right?
Who? Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Bama. It wasn't
No,
the
but I'm
next
just
week,
saying,
but it was. I
was-
think it was in
Oh,
within
so
a
he
couple
tried to
weeks.
say that they were overlooking.
I'm just
you
saying the
guys.
look,
No.
the look
That was the
ahead
second
was
game of
so-
the year.
He's saying that
No
y'all
way.
were the trap game. That's what
No
he's
way.
saying. That's definitely what he was trying to say right there. That's definitely what he was calling you guys the trap game.
No, I think
He is super slick and subtle
I
when,
see it, I see
he's
it.
giving you those, but
Because I was gonna say I do think
Yep.
they played Florida a couple weeks after,
See,
but then he's
yep.
gonna say, "Oh, they were just looking forward to Florida."
That is definitely how he's
I'm
trying
just
to play.
saying.
Yep.
That wasn't how it is.
No, man. Like, we'll beat you next year. You come to Morgantown. Special things happen in Morgantown. You know how it go. I think the last time you was in Morgantown, we whooped you. The
I was
time
down
before
there, I
that is
think.
when- yeah, we whooped you. The time before that is when y'all stole that from us. So now it's time to just tighten things up. Which y'all beat us like twice in the last 30 years or something.
Man, nah, I don't know about that. I
Tyson,
definitely
I
don't
would
know
say
about
that.
that.
We're-
Boy, yeah, that's
we're-
like a long
we're-
time.
we're-
That seems like an inflated stat right there.
I'm just saying. I know we're up on the stats on us versus y'all. I know that. You know that too.
I don't know
We
that.
know.
I need to double check. I think we might have the edge all time.
Is it 16? Is 16-9? Is that the edge? What is that?
13-9.
13-9. What's that?
Come on,
Just a
man.
good, well-played game by Pitt. That's what that was.
Well played game. That's
Oh.
a drop. That's a drop. That's a drop catch that changed their lives. Changed the whole season. If he catches that,
Wasn't
we
that
going
West
to that.
Virginia offense considered
I
like the
think we're
best in
going to the.
NCAA
I
at that
think
time?
I
9
I
points?
think we win the big.
Damn,
We
at
win the
home?
Big
I
12.
was just
We win
at
the,
home?
the momentum.
They were the
change,
number
I'm
bro.
16.
sorry. I mixed up my numbers. My bad, guys. My
Yeah,
bad.
you did. You did
My
just
bad.
start
My
something.
bad.
It's
My
all
bad.
right.
My bad. I feel
You
like
did
I
start something.
touched the wound. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, you did
So,
start something.
jeez, I'm
Yeah,
innocent, man.
Okay.
So whatever this series is, all right. We're not gonna bring up the numbers. Okay. All right.
He know
Cool.
what it is.
Cool.
He know. He know. He know what it is. You know what it is. It's all good though. We'll be back next year. We got a lot of things. We got a lot of things changing and growing in Morgantown. We'll be back.
For sure.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
So quickly,
Don't panic.
but real quick before we go, how we feeling this weekend? Steelers, Ravens. What's
Yeah.
happening?
I like the Steelers. Lamarless Ravens. Lamarless
Uh-huh.
Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Lamarless Ravens. I told you, like I said, they're catching people at the right time. You know what I mean? November and December football. Coach Tomlin has gotten high. I think the Steelers win. I like something like,
Here we go. Give me something good now.
yeah. Because last week they threw me off. I like something like 21-10. I think it's going to be low scoring.
Okay.
Or 17-10. 17-10.
So you said Big Najee Day? Is that what you said?
Definitely a big Najee day. Clock eater. Slow the possessions down. Control the clock. I don't think they'll super put it in Pickett hand. But let me tell you something. And you know, from Baltimore, that Raven defense is not no joke. They got two backers in there that's
Bro,
biting.
they like that. Oh
They
my
got two backers in there
bro,
that's biting.
they are
They
like
They
that.
DBs. Nobody's giving Marlon Humphreys what he's gotten, but he's quietly like been gaming this shit. Like play like DC of the year type. Like I know all the hypes and you hear different things. The Patrick Surtain, Marlon Humphreys over there balling.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would
you
agree.
know, I'm sure you'll see him on 14. I just think it's going to be about who wins their one-on-one matchup. Obviously, that's what it's always about. But it's really about that this week. You'll see a lot of who's going to win their one-on-one, who can win their one-on-one. But I think you'll see the Steelers win this. I don't see a lot of offense coming from that Baltimore unit. Because the thing about it is, when they change their running back, when they change their quarterback, they come in with a quarterback that's the same as Lamar. So you don't have to super-duper change your game plan. It's not like it's just going to be a surprise. Like, example, when Alabama – when Jalen Hurts got hurt and Tua came in, it's like a whole new
It's very
game
different,
plan,
yeah.
You know? I think they stick with a lot of the same plays, same game plan, same everything that you can just scheme these boys up and just come with, I don't want to disrespect, but not as like a backup Lamar to the T. So I think this helps you with him not being in the game. I think you'll see the Steelers scheme him up. You know, you'll see a lot of that one high defense that they ran last week. Minka being a read guy.
Down
He
by
loves
the line
that.
of scrimmage, just read the quarterback guys, jump routes. Yup.
Minka might be the best like robber in the league. He's one of the best robbers we've seen in a long time. Like that's a skill for him. He details that. He's very, very good at that. But I think you'll see that and he'll turn into the spy as well as the robber, you know, be able to really chase things down. I think that's why I said a lot of one-on-one matchups. I think they'll just, who's the better guy? My guys are better than your guys this week type. Yeah. And I think you'll see Pittsburgh win this one. So that'll put them on a little win streak too.
Hey, man, that'll be 4 out of the last 5 if we can get to that one, man. So they're getting hot.
People are starting to say some weird things like playoff.
Uh-oh.
Nothing weird about
that. I'm hearing those words starting to pop up.
Hey, now.
Nothing weird about that.
Hey, now.
Hey,
now. Hey, now.
You been hearing them words?
I've been hearing them words, man. I've been hearing we're the losing season and all the other stuff. Like, it's just been a lot of that talk that's been this, yeah.
I've been hearing words like
nice.
Yeah, maybe. So,
yeah.
We'll see. I think they win this week, though. I'm still on the train. Coming off the bye, they still hot.
My dog. Hey, well, as always, Locker Mate, you know I appreciate you, man. All right, so
My dog,
we're
my
going to
guy.
do this again as we always do, man, but appreciate you, and I'll holler at you next time, baby.
All right, y'all.
All
Till
right,
next
peace, bro.
time.
Shout out to the homie, my locker mate, Terence Garvin. Coming in here, man, and sticking with his take about Naji.
Always feel good after TG hops on.
The energy
Always
is
a
there,
good
man.
time.
It's always a good time, bro. We'll be cutting up in here. I like when y'all two go at it, though, man.
I've been getting a lot of
I
Deke
love
the
it.
politician.
Bro, because you were flip. Bro, you were
I don't think I have been, though.
floppy.
Here's what I'll say. Here's my flip.
Or maybe it was the big. I think maybe it's not a flip. I just think
I need
the
to explain
stance
this.
wasn't as like hard.
No, I need to explain this because a lot of what TG is talking about is long-term stuff.
Yeah, that's why it's legit.
Whereas
It
what
is.
what I was talking about, and this is why I said I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
just felt like Najee wasn't the best back on the team right now,
Yeah.
and that was due to injury, him not looking right for whatever reason.
And at that time, you're
so
absolutely
yes,
right.
that's
Yeah.
that's what I apologize for.
Yeah.
I don't apologize for thinking of like, oh, we
Yeah,
can
I'm
still
with you.
trade Najee for a second-round pick.
Yeah.
Like that would be a steal.
Yeah, if
I mean,
you're getting
I
a
just don't think
second,
that's
yeah.
ever gonna happen. So
Yeah.
why not keep him on the roster? We still got him on a rookie deal. Still a leader to the team. Still a good running back.
I would agree.
So
I definitely would agree, man.
He's talking more long term, which I like hear him out on some of that
Yeah.
stuff. So that's why maybe it comes off of like, oh, I'm turning on. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I still want Najee
Because this
to be Najee that we saw in the Falcons game, and I'm good rolling with him like that. And I apologize for thinking he wasn't like that, even though I saw him not be like that most of the season. But you get what I mean with all this. That's why I
Absolutely.
apologize for.
Absolutely.
That's why I said I'm sorry. I was wrong on that. Najee proved me wrong. He stiff armed me in the face like Richie Grant. That was me and I think that was me and TG.
but it was
right
only
there.
4. It was only 4 yards, though, right? So you good?
See, yeah, I don't know about that.
I was like, yo, that's
I feel like
crazy,
it was a
man.
good run because there
That's
were
good
actually
run.
times where he was stumbling
It's
around.
physical,
He caught
bro.
his balance, and you
Yeah.
could see like, all right,
need
he's
it, though,
got
man.
something that other running
Yeah.
backs don't. If he could be tripping up like that, still catch his balance, still get yards, and then you
Yeah.
saw the one where he carried the whole pile
No.
for that 5 or 6 yards
Honestly,
too.
in a vacuum, it is dope. The longevity on it, that's the question mark. And then when you look at what you spent to get it, that's what makes it look worse. And I think that's also why TJ is like, man, just move on from it and get something back. But what he's thinking he's getting back, yeah, neither one of us agree that that's going to be the case.
I don't think
man.
we are. I don't know if we have to. Do we have to think about him as a first round pick right now? He's removed from
But
it.
the
If
thing
you're
is,
good, you're
you
good.
know context matters. If Kenny Pickett was a 4th-round quarterback, we're talking about him across the board in a way different manner. Because he was in the first, it's just different. We know that. That's a part of it, man. You know, no different why we look at Deontay and expect more from him because, he's getting 18 now, right? If he was still getting the rookie minimum, man, we ain't tripping. It's like, bro, all right, you dropped it, but you're only getting, a couple $100,000 or maybe $1 million, respectfully. But it's like now that he's getting 18, it's like, nah, we need it to be this because the expectations are there.
Maybe it's just I don't care as much about it after you're drafted, and I'm not as close to being within an organization to be thinking that way. I just feel like the draft is
That's
you're
probably the
taking
difference
shots
then.
at
Yeah,
players,
that's
and
probably the
then
difference.
once you get them, it's like because right now I'm thinking Jalen Warren's playing like a first or second round running
how
back
many
when he
times
gets
that-
the ball.
but
So why
think-
does it matter
so-
where he was drafted?
I'm
Tariq
with you
Woolen,
on-
he's playing
no,
like
I'm
the
with
best
you on
cornerback
that.
in that draft.
I'm with you on that, but remember
He was
we
drafted in
talked
the 4th
about
round.
when you hear people talk about like the politics and stuff, and we talk about how certain players, case in point, Devin Bush, right? When you are brought in here at a certain level draft position wise, your leash, your ability to just get opportunity after opportunity is different. Baker Mayfield is another one, right?
Sure.
We've seen him struggle multiple places. Sam Darnold, we've seen him struggle multiple places. When you're a first rounder or one of those early round dudes, it's a gift and it's a curse. The gift is you're going to get a ton of opportunities. People are going to believe in you and try to give you every excuse why it could work, which technically you are even doing, right? When you're like, hey, man, he was the first round a year ago, man, we moving on from that. We ain't even thinking about that, right? We're only using that now because it's not helping, right? Talking about him being a first round draft pick, but that's what you get as a first rounder. If he was a 6th rounder and he was playing bad, you know what we'd be saying? Just cut him, move on. And nobody would be thinking twice about it. But because where he was brought in at, that matters. And that is unfortunately why we're so reactive to a Najee Harris, because it's like, man, if this dude is not that answer, then why did we draft him in the first round? Whereas I get what you're saying in the sense of, man, well, we can't change that. That's already happened. Let's just move on from it. And
That's
keep
literally
going.
what the draft
Yeah.
is. You're just taking chances on players and hoping it
Right.
works out.
The problem is the organizations, they don't look at it like that.
Sure.
They look at it as
I get
this
it.
is an investment. and they're going to give that investment. And think about who you're talking to, right? A 6th-round draft pick, an undrafted guy in terms of TG being a tryout guy. So for him to get 6 in, I got 9 in, you deal with that a ton. So that is why for us, we don't just wash that away or ever just walk away from, because it's like, no, we've seen this at multiple spots. Like, This is legit. So with that being the case, that is also why they're held to that standard as well, man.
Sure, I get it.
Yeah.
What else did we talk about with TG? The college football too.
Yeah. Oh, the Pickens thing though.
And Pickens.
Yeah. And I did get what you're saying. I don't think it came off as like a shot at Pickens, did it? I don't think when he was talking about like the whole he has that dog in him, and it's like
it sounded like he loves Pickens.
Yeah, absolutely. But I get what he's saying though. Like the Steelers, yeah. Sometimes you don't want to make a dude the superstar right away, man. I get it. And if they could be a little skittish because of the AB history, I could totally understand that as well, man. But you can definitely see the talent though, man. He does have that ability, man. So
If anything though, he gave some validity to the PTSD.
He did. He definitely did.
That worried me a little bit.
He definitely did.
Because the way Tomlin responded, the way Pickett responded, even Pickens today just being like, I don't want to give you guys any fire, that we're just moving on. I was like, all right, I don't know if this is something we need to be monitoring or worrying about that much. But now with TG said, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
But no, he's just saying in the sense of, is he capable of that? Sure. I don't think any of us haven't felt like he's been capable of that, even dating to, how he would.
Maybe seeing some of the stuff at Georgia.
Yeah, any of it. I mean, we joked about him beating up the dude in the game. We're like, yo, that's dope. But at the same time, it's like, yo, he's literally fighting a dude.
But it didn't seem like we got any drama from him.
Correct.
Then also you saw him play in the national championship in the playoffs. You're like, all right, that's a team dude. That's
to me, I look at him as like, he got crazy energy. It's dope. But at the same time, you have to just be careful with it. And when you think of Ocho Cinco, it's like, man, everything was good until it wasn't. You think T, everything was good until it wasn't. AB was good until it wasn't. And that's kind of what I think TG was alluding to, and kind of like how I look at it. It's like, man, you see some of the glimpses of it, some of the little flashes here and there, but it hasn't went there. So it's like, yeah, it could be good. You just don't know if it ever get there. But because we recently came out of a situation where it did get there, now we're like super like aware of it and trying to not have that happen again, man. But
particularly with a Pickett, a young quarterback.
Yeah, because we've seen how it could be with a veteran quarterback, let alone with a young guy who's trying to figure it out. So, yeah. But that was good, man. It was a good convo, baby. Real good. So,
what
let's
next?
Tap into these supers, catch up on these. Then after that, we'll pay a bill. And then tap into that our final thing at the end of this thing, man. So, yeah.
March for May, dude.
Especially since we back out here tomorrow, man, where we'll do our full game preview and stuff like that, predictions and all that good stuff. Picks.
Yeah, we got a few super chats here, so we'll try to get through these. What do you got? 6:30 again?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Russell Schwartz sent an updated pick of Preston for
Let's go. In fact, I'm going to check that right now.
All right, I'll read the next one then.
Yeah.
Dondre Izzo. We don't have to cut DJ. Oh, I forgot to ask him about Deontay. We had enough trade talk with Naji, though. It might have been too much.
Yeah, he set the tone with that one.
But I see him falling to a number 3 role later, kind of like T. Boyd did when T. Higgins and Jamar Chase showed up. Huh.
Hold on, I ain't even listen. I was looking at the baby. My bad. I was looking at little baby. Preston
Russell's
here,
Russell's baby.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Little cutie, man. You see the little man?
Yeah.
Little cutie, baby. You got the baby fever?
No.
You sure?
Hell no.
Say the new guy. Little cutie, man.
No.
Little cute little baby, man. Hey, thank you for sharing that, Russell, man. A little Preston growing up, man. Just getting on right over there, man. So shout out to him, man. Let's go.
Congrats, bro.
Let's go. Big chillin'.
What do you think of this number 3? It depends on if we go that route that we kind of discussed last podcast. If we want to start bringing in some more receivers and go more spread with Pickett. I don't know what the time frame is for that.
Yeah, the timeline of it, along with
could be like if we bring another, if we drafted dude in the first or second round as a big body receiver, then that could naturally just happen.
Yeah. It could happen that way, or even with the development of a Calvin Austin. He's another guy that, if he were to step up and start balling out, then maybe they go that direction and start rolling there. But either way, I do think it's going to be hard for any of them dudes to just clear cut past Deontay on a consistent basis, because for him, now granted, he still has to keep working at being consistent in terms of the catching element, but that's the only thing that he's missing from being a number 1 receiver. You watch him versus AJ Terrell out there on Sunday, man. He was giving AJ all AJ wanted. That's all I'm saying. Now, granted, he dropped that. Yeah, I get you. If Kenny was targeting him a little bit more and actually like throwing that thing, like how we seen the Ben AB connection, Deontay would have had stupid numbers because of his route running. Once again, man, the dude gets open, short, intermediate, deep. Deke, if my man Pat Frymouth can hold that block on Lorenzo Carter, your boy Kenny Pickett is dropping a 60-yard bomb to start this game off, bro.
Pickett had it.
Bro, is locked in, is beautiful, schemed up. Deontay cooked him. It's there. All it is just put that ball out there, and he's cocking it, ready to go.
And you know that would have been accurate.
Pat just don't hold it. Bro, he couldn't miss it. That's the other part. Because the defender, Deontay's already ahead of him. So Deontay's running away.
You know the next question is.
Stop it. Nope. I am not going there with you. Nope. Everything would have been perfect. The throw and the catch. Emphasis on the catch.
Touchdown too, maybe?
Yeah.
At run after?
He catches it as touchdown.
Okay.
Like, no, in all seriousness, like, the safety was gone. And Pickens on the other side, he was running a route where he had his guy with him, but the field was more condensed on that side. So I didn't like that throw to George, but he's going to DJ, man, to start this thing out. It's just like, dang, man, we need the protection there. And I was like, I see you, Matt Canada. I like the idea. I just don't like this protection idea. But love the shot play right here, man, because you had it. It was a Dak, bro. I'm just thinking of how the game went and how the game could have went if that's the start. Because it was really like the third play of the game. We dialed that play up.
Hell, and we missed on the other Frymouth touchdown.
Okay.
I think it was the next draft pick, and then Deontay dropped the
drag
route. So
that's
that could have been back-to-back touchdowns, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we
combine that with the running
we
game. And
had
how we
something
were doing it.
nice on there, and that's the thing where I'm like, super
That's not a Canada
encouraged.
thing. Well,
No.
maybe on the protection, like you said. Maybe
The protection part.
What could he have done different? Put Gentry there instead?
I would either say Gentry there, or I would say instead of making it a one-on-one, Pat versus Lorenzo, just make it a double. Pat is helping Dan Moore out against Lorenzo Carter. That's the only thing I would do, especially because you're dialing up a shot play. A shot play just takes longer. If it's quick game, man, Pat can block that dude. If it's an intermediate route, Pat can block this. But this is one of them like, yo, you're going down the yard. We're going to put this ball up 50 yards. Like, I need you to sustain this block. So if you're not going to help him.
Like this one's going to shut some people up.
Right. So I would even say, man, if you even release the running back that direction to just make it easier on Pat, that's another thing that you can do schematically. But obviously this is after the fact. You know, going into it, it makes sense. Okay, put Pat there because what? Everybody's going to think Pat's in the route.
Sure.
Everybody's going to think Pat's doing this. So if Pat's actually standing in the block, whoa, now we kind of got him off guard. That safety might be looking at him. And now you got Deontay behind the safety with the DB chasing. Is there. Problem was, Lorenzo won. And that's the beauty of defense, right? You don't always have to win as a DB if your rush is there. And you don't always have to win your rush if your DB can bail you out. And that was just one of the ones that it worked out for them in that case. Sometimes, what we say, sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Yeah.
They got lucky right there.
All right, that was Dondre Azell about the whole wide receiver 3. Rod Dollars had joined the upper end.
What? Rod Dollars, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And then let me spin the block, too, because I also saw my man Tyree McClendon just joined the upper room. So, Tyree McClendon, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And trust me when I tell you, we greatly appreciate your support, baby. And welcome to the family. Welcome.
Corey Hewins, I love Tomlin defending Pickens, and I honestly think the Steelers can go 3-1 in their last 4.
I would agree, man. The only team I'm worried about is the Raiders. And depending on how long Lamar is out. If Lamar is back for the second Ravens game, that obviously changes a lot. But if it's Tyler Huntley, I'm very confident in this. If it's the Deshaun Watson that we saw last week, and obviously he won't be that bad, but it's still not going to be that much better in a 4-week span when you're talking about how much time and how much practice he also missed. That was the other part of this thing.
And we got it at home, too.
And it's at the crib. I don't fear that. I think that's a game that we can definitely win and that we will probably feel good going into. The Raiders, they're the one because they're kind of like us right now. They're getting hot. They're running the ball well, and they got an all-war receiver who can get it going. And we know Derek Carr, if he plays...
This is all without Darren Waller and Renfro,
too,
which sucks.
That's
like, on paper, I'm like,
part.
we'll be fine with
the
the Raiders.
That's
Don't
the
matter
crazy
if they're getting
part.
hot, but sometimes just starting to believe in yourself matters.
And that's what it is like. They're just playing with confidence. Even the pass rush. The pass rush is a lot better this past game. Now, we will see if that continues. But the way that they look against the Chargers, I'm like, woo. If that's what y'all gonna be doing, that could be a little bit more challenging. But we'll cross that bridge when we cross that bridge, because we know it's gonna be a lot of pomp and circumstances, a lot of energy for us with that game being here and what it's gonna mean and everything like that. So, and they also got to make that trip, and it ain't gonna be like how it is in Vegas. It's gonna be a lot colder here on December 24th. I can assure you on that one, man. So obviously that's the one that I'm probably the most concerned with. But other than that, man, I feel like we should be feeling confident if we go out there and play our game and execute, man. I don't see why we can't get up out of here, man.
It's funny. Big Jenks just says Raiders are weird because if you look at the roster, it's strange. They're so trash.
No, like,
but
seriously.
Jacob is. I mean, we view him as like a borderline top 10 back. He's playing like
top 5.
one of the
right
best
now.
backs in the league right now.
Yeah. He's having a year kind of like with Jonathan, not to the same extent, but like when Jonathan Taylor went on that crazy run last year.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, whoa, what is this? Jacob's in like the midst of that right now. Like, he done put together some stuff. You like, whoa, wait a minute now. Now, I know it's a contract year, so maybe that's a part of it. It is a contract year, though. We should have asked TG, would you want to switch your Rooskies?
I'm sure he would.
He probably would. Because Jacobs has that burst that he's talking about. He can go 80. Yeah.
Yep, we witnessed it. Dondre's, though, y'all giving a lot of credit to Matt Canada of recent for play calling, but could it be Mike T or someone else is calling plays? I mean, they did say change was coming.
No. Y'all said change was coming, man. Everybody else was trying to get Canada up out of here. And now that we see it actually playing well, we don't want to turn around and still say, hey, Canada, you actually are doing good. Nah, man, that ain't changed. And Coach Tomlin talked about that. Did he say, would he consider it if it got to that? Yeah, but he also was very vocal about him actually saying that he was pleased with the direction of the offense and the job that Matt Canada was doing. And people looked at him like he was crazy when he said that. Crazy. So, nah, it is Matt Canada that's rolling with this thing. Now, the compliment that I would give Mike Tomlin would be that he's stuck with him through all of the up and down, the turmoil, because when we got into that Philly game, it wasn't a lot of people that were on the, just continue to trust Matt Canada and trust this process. When we got to the bye week, it wasn't a conversation of, let's continue to trust Matt Canada. Plenty of people, and obviously we could do the homework to find it out, but we don't need to do that. Plenty of people were on the fire Matt Canada at the bye week train. Plenty of people were on the fire Matt Canada early in the season train. So, nah, man, he has deserved the credit that we've been giving him because of what he's had to go through. So, I got to get the credit. I got to, man. Yeah. When it's due, it's due. When it's due, it's due.
I'm with you. Come on, yeah. December football is why I love having Mike Tomlin.
Bro, he swears by December football, man. For a fact. He walk around, they going to remember December. They're going to remember December. Like, all right, Coach T, we got it, man. It's December football. Hey, Moats, they gonna remember December now. Don't care about what you did in September now. December here? All right, now. That's his name.
What's funny about all that? He had a really great quote yesterday. Really motivational. It would have been nice with some, like, music behind it. Some, like, build-up. Epicness.
A little drama.
Yeah, it was a really nice quote because someone asked him about what does December football mean. He went on his spiel, gave us some nice Tomlinisms and everything. Road gets narrow.
Absolutely.
I love the pressure. I try to apply it instead of take it.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
A lot of people cannot handle pressure. When you start talking must wins, when you start talking every game counts, when you start talking every play you have to execute, man, not a lot of people are built for that, man. A lot of people clam up in those moments. But Coach Tomlin does an awesome job of just wiring us differently, I guess, man.
What's funny about it,
that's how he does it, man.
Because he does have a good record in December. But right now, the last, 5 years, so you weren't on those teams, so you can't say it was on you. But the last 5, his record's 9-11.
No.
Which gets his total for December, because it was, over 700 before 2018. So he's at, 63% in December, which is along the same lines of his whole regular season total. It's both 63%.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can get an uptick, though, on that 63% this December.
Yeah.
Should win every game. I've talked about it.
I say get it back right, man, because, I was going to say, we ain't lose a lot of December, man. We probably drop one a year in December tops, but that was the thing, man. So, yeah.
Come on, yeah. What size shirt do y'all wear? VT shirts coming your way.
Vermont shirts or Virginia Tech shirts? He's Vermont.
He is Vermont.
He's Vermont. Okay. As long as Vermont, we're good. I'm a 2X, baby. But, I don't do Tech. I don't do Virginia Tech. I do Vermont, though.
I don't think I'd do Vermont even. I just wear Pitt stuff these days.
For real?
I swore to it, yeah. I'm only wearing Pitt stuff, Pittsburgh stuff.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't want him wasting his money.
Fair enough. Fair enough then, man. I'll rock the shirt. I don't discriminate. I rock whatever. Because I like to have a good time. That's me.
Yeah, send it to Moats.
Yeah, it is.
I really appreciate it, though. I hope
From
I
the
don't
heart.
sound like I'm being a dick.
No. You're being honest.
Yeah.
Honesty at times makes people feel uncomfortable because not everybody can handle the truth. But at the end of the day, you would much rather somebody tell you the truth than not the truth. So, Deke, even if it might have come off harsh, I respect it a lot more than if you would have lied. So shout out to you. But I for a fact will wear my shirt, bro, because I just like to wear stuff. And the fact that it's from you. You know, that's how it is.
AJ Martinez, yo, blessings to all, running behind 8 fire, 3 TDs. I'm not sure if that was the exact
No. You
flow
broke
he
it
was
up.
going
No,
for in
the
that
flow
sentence.
is, yo, blessings to all. He's been running behind. So he's just in this thing. He also said 8 is fire with the 3 TDs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We're still waiting for the multiple touchdown game. He did get 2 rushing ones
Yeah.
in the Jets game.
Mm-hmm. But he does have 3.
Did he get a rushing and a passing in one of them?
No, he had 2 rushing against the Jets. I thought his first passing. Who was his first passing touchdown to? It was Najee. He threw it to Naji for the
Bucs
first
game.
passing touchdown.
And he had one to Pickens. Did he get a rushing one in that Miami one? Does he have a
He's
passing
the
and a
rush.
rushing in
He's
one
the
of the
rushing
games?
king. He was the rushing king.
Yeah, because Saints he didn't
He was
get
the
a
rushing
passing
king.
one.
Yeah, he was the rushing king.
Najee dropped that one, but he
Mhm.
did get
He scored
the
with his
QB
legs.
sneak.
Yeah,
His
his run game fire. You know his run game fire.
Yeah, we're just waiting for them. I've been calling
But
for how long?
Yeah. Hold on. Actually, let's see. What is his?
Yeah, you could check it out.
I figured you didn't want to look at that thing.
He's got I think he's got 4 rushing.
4 pass. No, wait a minute. That's just his 4 touchdowns. So yeah, he has 2 passing touchdowns. Is what I'm seeing. Wait,
No, I think
no. There we go.
4 total.
Yeah. So 4 passing touchdowns.
Does he have 2 touchdowns?
3
in one
rushing
game outside that
touchdowns.
Jets one?
No, he scored against the Saints on the ground.
Yep.
He has
Didn't get the passing.
Yeah, and his pass touchdowns against Tampa, Miami, Cincinnati, and Atlanta.
Damn.
Yeah, but at least he has more passing touchdowns than rushing touchdowns. That's because at first they were still trying to get on him for that. So at least now he has that ratioed right.
He's playing way better than what the stats are indicating.
I would agree with you. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm just
bro.
getting pissed because I keep saying every damn time multiple touchdowns by Pickett this week. 2 or 3.
You know why you feel like you saying it a lot? Because you were saying it prematurely, man.
No, but I
jumped
really
the gun,
feel
man.
it now. These last 2 or 3, I feel like he should have had
Yeah,
it. We've had some
yeah.
drops and we've had some
But you see,
little things that have been
But when
off.
I say premature, you're talking about that performance last week. That's 8 performances in for him.
Well-
You've been hollering this since his first performance, bro.
Well. No, the Bucs game, he had that one early on. If he didn't get hurt, I think we get something in that second half.
Or we would have had a turnover because during that time frame was when he was turning the ball over as well.
No, he looked confident.
But he was turning the ball over confidently during that time frame as well.
I don't think it was that bad.
He was.
Yeah, he did turn a couple over in Miami. Eagles game. Eagles game was after that, right?
Yeah.
That's Eagles game. You could start
Because
seeing.
it was when the
He
bye
was
week
not
after the bye.
throwing
That's
the
when
ball
it got
in dangerous
perfect.
way.
Yeah.
And it was just that fluky one at the end where
Correct.
in
He
garbage
just threw it
time.
up. Yeah.
I don't think he was throwing a pick. But it's, yeah, you're right. It's one of those things. We'll never know. Mitch balled out. Best performance of the year. By Mitch. It was incredible. We just leave it at that. Just disappointed. I'm expecting a multiple touchdown game at some point from Pickett.
I do as well. Like I said, I just thought you was joking.
We don't need it, though. I don't care about the
I
stats.
would agree.
I just keep calling for it, and I think we're capable of it. We could run it 100 times and score 100 rushing touchdowns.
But the
as long as
reason-
we're winning, I don't care.
The issue that's funny, you say you don't care about the stats, but it hurts because the haters bring up the stats.
They don't know football. Knowing football ain't just about the
Bring up
stats.
the stats and it hurts.
Football is not just all about stats. It's about wins, playing winning football.
Deke don't
And that's
like
what Pickett's doing. Dude, I've been dealing with this my whole life because
And
they
I
used to
feel
do
like
that
it's
to
the
Ben.
reason-
They used to do that to
I
Ben
know,
about
bro.
his stats.
Knowing your history, that's what makes it so funny because I'm like, yo, this is the
He didn't
reset.
attempt
But I
the
feel
same amount
bad,
of passes as a Brady
But I
or
feel
Manning
bad
early
though.
on.
But this is why I feel bad for you. When you did it for Ben, I was like, yo, Ben, no question, could do that. And we saw him do that. And it was clear that he was just as dope. We just didn't have to do that all the time. I don't know if I feel the same way about Kenny just yet, man. But you're like, you're there with it. And I'm like, dang, bro. Like, when you fight like that for 7, it makes sense because he's not going to let you down. 7's going to have your back. Even last year, he was going to give you enough that you can stand on it and have a fight. I just don't know if Kenny's going to be that answer for you. But you fighting and fight. You fighting. But that's why I can tell him, like, yo, this is very reminiscent of how you were with this one, man. I'm just saying you might be hooking into the wrong trailer. That's
no, come on, man. Pickens that dude.
It has flashes. It does.
He's 8 games in, 9 games in.
I'm with you. It's premature. That's why I'm not crowning it and I'm not killing it. I'm just saying it's early. But that's why when you always are like, yo, this the game 3 touchdowns, this the game 300 yards, I'm like, I'm hoping for you. But man, the more you throw it out there and the more it's not, the worse it looks for him and for you trying to defend him because these numbers ain't looking good. But we're winning, so that's the caveat.
It ain't about the numbers.
Yeah.
But my thing is, in terms of long-term stuff, because people are questioning, oh, is he making these throws, this and that? I think he's capable. It's just he's developing. And
he's young.
We're focused on winning right now.
Yeah.
That's what Tomlin kept talking about in his press conference. We're trying to win right now.
Winning is the most important thing.
Even though Kenny's a rookie, this and that, like we need the development, but we also need the winning at the same time.
But you know the other problem, and this isn't on you, but the Kenny crowd, when everything was starting out, remember, he was always supposed to be viewed as the perfect prospect, the most QB ready, the most pro ready. This dude's the answer, and everything's perfect. And since then, it still hasn't been that. So all them people are just, they come back every week. And it's irritating, I know. It's annoying, I know.
It's foolish.
I would agree. But that's their energy that we're going to have to deal with for a while, man, until he gets to that level. I just don't know if he's going to get to that level that you think he's going to be on. That's it, man. 7 was rare. And that's why I'm like, 7 was rare, but you try to throw 7 around like everybody can do what 7 did.
I'm not.
But you try to throw Kenny like he could be like, I'm like, bro, that is different. That's one of them freaks, the little 1%ers of the 1%ers of the 1%ers. Like, that's not regular, man.
No, I don't think franchise guy has to necessarily be 7.
Okay.
We can win with this dude. That's how I feel.
Okay.
I don't think, he's not Ben in terms of, he doesn't have the height and just the natural athleticism with Ben and stuff, but neither did Brady. Neither did, you know what I mean? Neither did certain people that also had success.
They still nice, though.
No, I get it.
Perfect
but like,
for some of the dudes, though.
Yeah, like, I feel like Pickett's built in a way that he can make up for maybe some of his limitations physically, but I don't necessarily think he has these great limitations physically.
It's not.
It's just that he's got it mentally. Mm-hmm. I think he can make the throws we're talking about, and we'll see that eventually. Yeah. I really do. Nah. Joe Burrow struggled his rookie year. Trevor Lawrence sucked last year. I mean, he's still struggling. And you want to talk about perfect prospect? He went number 1 overall. He was the one everyone wanted to crown.
The problem with both of those names, in contrast to our analogy, Kenny is not asked to be the offense. He's asked to be a part of it. Joe Burrow as a rookie, Trevor Lawrence as a rookie, they were in there to be the saviors of the offense, to lead the offense. It's just a different ask. So that was also why they struggled, man. But I'm with you. I'm hoping that he can keep progressing because he's already shown some really good stuff. But like I said, for me, it's just early for him, man. It's early. Just give him time. But that's the problem. We want to look at that dude, make it do like that dude. And then if it doesn't happen at the same level, because those dudes, Joe Burrow next year, what did he do? He went to a Super Bowl. We're going to put that expectation on Kenny? You see what I mean? Like, that's how you get him.
Super Bowl.
I'm with you. It doesn't. But when you bring up the guy who in his second season went to the Super Bowl as your direct comp, that's where that expectation starts again. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but Josh Allen would be another example. Like struggled.
That's a perfect one because he struggled for multiple
years.
Multiple years. There we go. Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to because Josh Allen, again,
yes,
that goes back to the whole Ben thing. I don't think Kenny's ever going to have like the arm or just the natural talent that Josh Allen has. Yeah. But again, going back to Tom Brady doesn't have that either. But Tom Brady wins. Like
Yeah.
he figures out ways to win.
Absolutely.
He knows what he's doing out there.
Absolutely.
And actually, I'm telling you, somehow Brady improved his arm strength and improved certain things throughout his career.
No, like,
so I can't pick it to
it
something like that.
does, like, mathematically, it's like legit. Like
Like those bombs he's throwing to Randy Moss, you can't tell me when he was
so
coming
serious
into the
though, bro.
league
It's like
in
dead
his
serious.
young 20s. Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, he's going to be able to make throws like that.
Well, maybe we need to get KP8 on the TP12. Can we get him on the
We
TB12?
tried the handstand stuff.
Just we'll get him on the TB12. Do you want to put him on the BR7 or the TB12? Your choice.
BR7. Keep it homegrown.
All right then.
Keep it consistent here in Pittsburgh.
All righty then. All righty. Let's keep it rolling.
Where are we at here? Is this Ryan McPherson?
Yes.
I like Duvernay and his speed. Nothing else, though, to be honest. Going
Now,
back to the
Duvernay
Ravens.
is a fast, explosive player, man, especially in the return game. Really good player there. That'd be another thing that we'll talk about, obviously, tomorrow. But, yeah, he's somebody that I don't say, like, you go crazy over him, but you definitely have to be aware of him, though. Absolutely.
Will Harmon. Moats, why you rocking Purple Ravens Week? SMH. I just joined, so I don't know if they clowned you already.
I be doing this all the time by accident. I had on my orange WNBA hoodie on. We was playing the Daggone Bengals. Had on my
See, that's not something that even came to my mind.
Yeah,
you
I was
rocking
like, you
because
know,
I think
yeah,
more
it's
you're supporting
LeBron.
LeBron. It's Lakers.
And I got my hat. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to throw on my Lakers gear. I literally just got my jersey that came in because I had the 23, and I was like, man, I needed to get me a 6, but I really don't rock with 6 like that. So it was just like I was kind of torn. But then I'm like, I needed a purple one. So yeah.
It is weird though because the Ravens color scheme.
I know.
Purple, black, and then it has that gold.
I know. It's
Purple,
the
black, and yellow for the
This
Lakers.
is the JMU color scheme. We just leave it at JMU. just go there. Yep, we'll leave it at that.
All right, you already said Tyree McClendon
Yes.
joined the upper room. Next one, Russell Schwartz. Matt Ariza won't have the SA charges.
Yeah, that's
no evidence.
the punter for the Buffalo Bills. So big controversy, sexual assault allegations surrounding him and a couple of his teammates while they were at college. And at the time, no charges had brought up against him. He wasn't arrested. Everything was good. The reports kept coming out, kept getting talked about. So the Bills ended up cutting him in the preseason. And this was the end of that. Because when he got cut, everybody was kind of like, all right, well, he still has no charges on him. What's going on? But it's getting investigated. And now it just popped up today that no charges were brought up against him or his teammates. So obviously I haven't looked into all of it just yet. But, you know, it's one of them ones, man. It's always touchy with that type of stuff because obviously you don't know what technically happened. So you never want to assume that the accuser is not telling the truth or anything like that. But at the same time, this is the crazy part when you're talking about professional sports. You essentially cost this guy his job for allegation, and they're not even bringing up the charges against him. Like I said, I haven't looked into everything, but it's like, dang, once again, it's like you got a judicial system for this, but this dude now, who knows if he gets another opportunity. I think of Sean Oakman, the DN from Baylor.
Right.
Similar dude, similar conversation. Allegation, doesn't get drafted. Turns out later, it was false, and he was good. Never get another opportunity. It's really touch and go with this type of stuff, but that's why it's like, man, I just try to, put yourself in good positions, man. Hope everything works out, but it's just one of them things, man. Like, yikes.
Tyree McClendon. Y'all living in the moment when it comes to Naji. I remember before the season, Shaquan telling, who is this?
Saquon? He's talking about Saquon?
Shaquan telling the world he gonna prove he's not a bust, but hey, I'm just a fan. Is there someone in the chat named Shaquan?
It's got to be, bro.
There's no way Saquon Barkley's
Saquon.
talking
I would say
about
there's no way Saquon
Najee like that.
I was saying there's no way that he's saying Saquon is a bust either. So I was going to say I don't know. Yeah. Do you think Saquon Barkley is a bust?
No, I think what I'm.
Or is
no.
Or is the person's name like Saquon?
That's what I mean. I thought he was saying like Shaquan. I don't know if he's talking about Saquon Barkley. That person's talking about Najee.
Yeah.
Not being a bust.
Okay, I would say I do not know, bro. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. But
maybe he could clear it up in the chat.
Yeah, but for the record, I don't think Saquon Barkley's a bust. Just in case.
No.
So we're good.
AJ Martinez, let's go 5-5.
Yeah.
I still believe as well.
Long there it is, 22. Man. There it is, man. We're going to roll with deuce, man. All right? Come on, Naji. I got your back. Okay, I don't care. I got your back.
What about first, second round pick?
Chill out, man. Chill out. You asking too much. Don't ask no follow-ups. I'm just gonna leave it as a statement. Okay, closed, not open-ended.
AJ Martinez, dang Moats, shots fired. TG needs a vest. Shame. LOL. You guys are crazy funny. Let's go padded room. Shots fired.
When he hit Naji on that late shot, we're like, bro, we didn't transition, man. We done had two other topics.
We were talking about
then, bro.
Pitt WVU.
We didn't went to George Pickens in between that too, and it was like, dang, bro, that's the one you had. You had to came back and just hit him again.
What did he say? He compared JT Daniels to Naji. That's what he did.
He was like, yeah, we seen it, got what we needed, and was like, yep, you're good. Goodbye. I was like, wow.
Sean McCartney. If you're going to talk about RBs, don't forget the O-line.
Mm-hmm.
They go hand in hand, and I feel like we can all agree the line needs work. Najee will be fine, but the line has improved.
Yeah, the line has been improving, and I think that's what Deke has talked about when he says that he thinks any of these backs can come out there and have success behind it, because if you look since the bye, not the whole season, but since the bye, these past 4 games, the offensive line has been generating a good amount of movement up front and has been playing well. And our running game totals have reflected that. But the problem is the running games haven't exclusively been Naji. It's been Jalen Warren. It's been Benny Snell as well at times. So that's kind of that dynamic with it. But, yeah, the O-linemen, they obviously have work, yes. But they have been playing a lot better. But that's kind of what that's what Deke has been referring to. And me too, in the sense that if multiple guys can have the same realm of success in this offense behind this O-line, is Naji that much better per se than those other guys? Whereas for me, I just feel like, he's here.
Yeah,
he's ours.
He's the best back. If we get what we got in Atlanta, just stick with him.
He's here and he's ours. I'm going to ride it until the wheels fall off. And if that is in 2 years, cool. And I get why TG doesn't want that to be the energy because of the whole first round grade, and I get that part too. You typically want those dudes to at least get to the second contract. But this is a unique circumstance because it is a running back.
Sean McCartney again. Backs versus backers. Najee versus TG. LOL.
TG my dog, Naji winning, bro. TG don't pass rush. That is not. TG will come up here and tell you he don't pass rush. Now, if it was routes, if it's Naji versus TG in coverage, I think it's a lot closer. Because that is what TG does. TG former safety, man. Like, he's a cover guy. But, yeah, TG ain't beating Najee and backs on backers. No.
That would be fun.
It would be. That ain't TG game, though, bro.
Hey,
that
you're
is not
down at
TG's
these
game,
Steeler
bro.
facilities, right? You can talk to Najee
here
in there.
Listen, TG my dude.
You can set it up.
TG, the same way you heard me say what? TG is a cover guy. If it was coverage, TG is gonna. I feel like he was gonna win his fair share. It's gonna be very competitive if it's that element of it. The same way I would feel if we were asking me and Pat Fry move backs on backers. I like me a lot versus Pat in that vein. If you're routing me, man, I won't go against Pat like it's gonna be a joke. So that's how I look at TG and Naji. If you asking him to run down the middle and try to shake Naji in that is not TG game, bro.
TG right now. No preparation.
No, heck no, not right now.
I'm talking about the routes and stuff. Even.
No.
Najee
I'm talking TG like when he was playing in shape TG, like that TG.
I'm trying to set some up right now.
No. Today's he is a coach. That TG is retired. Okay? Yes.
Yeah, he definitely had that retired vibe to him whenever I met him at the golf outing.
That's a nice way to put it. He had that retired vibe. Yes, he's retired. I lie to myself every once in a while. I should be working out, and I'd be like, every once in a while, I try to see if I can turn the corner at 2. I work the hands. Wifey looking
That's
at
what I mean. So
wifey
right
be
now,
looking at me like I'm crazy at times, bro.
Backs versus
That's what I was referring to.
Right now.
That's what I was referring to. Like
okay.
That's not.
You were talking about TG back then.
I was
you
talking
right
about TG
now.
right now. Yeah. But no. Man, major respect to Pat. He already know what time it is. Like,
so we could
Pat.
set that up with you though, for sure.
No, we're not, because I'm not doing it. I'm not. No. I said I feel like I could, and that would be the only thing. But the problem is this. Pat's competitive just like I'm competitive. So you know it's not going to stop there. You know what it's going to go to after that? Well, let's go routes. Okay. All right, well, let's go routes then. All right, now we got to do that. Okay. Then I'm going to have to come up with another thing. All right, well, you got me in routes. I got you in pass, bro.
Best of 3.
All right, well, now let's go run blocking. Can you jack? Who going to win the grass? Okay. We're going to dice it up a couple ways. All right. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to do that. I don't. I'm old and washed. Okay. I actually have 3 gray hairs I have 3.
I'm starting to get a few.
Okay, so I'm good, man.
Matthew Gisner just got here.
Juan Rangel. Yes, I'm scared. I am frightened, petrified. I want zero
it seems
smoke.
Like Chad would like to see
Nope,
it, though.
I want zero smoke. Zero. But, I like to walk around with a certain level of conditioning. So that's why for me, I'm like, bro, I know where I'm at. I know what I'm capable of skill-wise. I'm there. I'm in the ballpark. TG's retired. You know it. You know exactly what I'm referring to. Like, that's not the same. That ain't the
He
same.
thinks he could beat me in golf.
Yeah, that's a retired talk right there. Still competitive, right? Still has the mindset, but that's a retired man. It's retired. And that's why I'm over here talking. But I'm like, bro, I'm not going out there. No, I'm good. Because this how it happens. You'll win 2, and then I'll tear my Achilles, and I'll be hurt. I'll be mad. I don't want to do that. I'll be running. Then we'll get the running routes. I'll pull a hammy. I ain't doing that. Don't be upset with you and Pat and the chat. No, baby, no. We good.
Matthew Gisner just got here. Your guy in Baltimore. Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He says behind enemy lines.
Let's get it, man. Hold it down for us, man. Hold it down.
AJ Martinez, leave the 2-2 alone. He's going to shock the world.
2 weeks in a row, man. Let's get it.
Matthew Gisner again. Been a minute, guys. Christmas shopping. Back.
Hey, let's go, man. Shout out to your Christmas shopping, too, man. It can be hectic, but I like the fact that you're doing it early. Do it on the front end. Don't wait till the end of this thing, man. Shout out to you.
A2A style. TG is on point with 2-2. Watching him run, even in the open, seems like he's trying so hard to run fast.
When he starts
it's not smooth and easy. Yeah. He let that rubber pellet trip him up on Sunday.
He would try. I get on it. Yeah.
He looked fast, though. I don't know if it was the turf, but he looked really fast compared to what we're used to seeing of Naji, at least this season. I can't remember all the runs from last year, but a lot of times last year he was just running into a brick wall. I felt like that was some of the most burst I've seen from Naji just in general.
I would agree as well. Man, I was trying to drink my drink right there, man. That was solid.
Mike Hood. On Pickens, this is...
I'd rather say woe than sick him.
That's what Tomlin said.
Mm-hmm.
I want a guy that wants to be a significant part of what it is we do, Tomlin said.
Absolutely. And that is nothing new. Anybody that's played under Coach Tomlin, that is one of his Tomlinisms that you hear even dating back to OTAs, man. I'd rather say whoa than sick 'em. Because there's plenty of dudes that don't have that dog in them, Deke. Yeah.
I think we got dogs on this team. I really do.
I would agree.
Across the board.
I would agree. But yeah, it is not good when you see a dog that don't bite. It's not a good thing, man. It's almost sad sometimes. Sometimes it's like, all right, that was a little dog, so he was a puppy, it don't count. But sometimes we them veterans, it's like, bro, you lost your teeth? Like, you don't bite no more? It hurts. Sad.
AJ Martinez, 2-2 needs to get down to 215 to be more of a scat back that can pop.
I mean, he could. If he focused on it, he could, but it would take a lot.
I feel like he's just too naturally big to become a scat back. And he's not naturally like...
But you don't need him to be a scat back. What he's referring to is when you drop weight like that as an athlete, you're going to naturally be faster. I think myself in Buffalo, right? Going into my last season up there, I was playing at 255, 250. Then going into my last year, I dropped down to like 232. Bro, I was night and day in terms of coverage, speed, explosiveness. And I'm like, bro, I was still the same person. But when you drop that type of weight, man, and how we train it, it does have that type of impact. So if he dropped to I don't even got to say 215. If he get to 220, 225, coming from 240, like 244, pounds. Bro, like you're going to see a noticeable difference in his burst, in his lateral agility, all of that. Now, the give and take is the power. You'll lose some of the power part, and that was something that I dealt with. I was like, oh, man, you're a little light. Come here to Pittsburgh. It's like, you'll get back up. Different scheme. But for Naji, that could definitely be something that could help him out because you're going to be just naturally more explosive that way.
Makes sense.
A lot of times you see it with older players. Like when they get older, they start to drop weight. But for him in this scenario, because of the position, because of how big it is, it's like, yo, you might need to do that now versus waiting till you get to an older age to start worrying about cutting down that weight.
Sure. Matthew Gisner. Arthur Deke. It's Ravens week. I live here. We need this dub.
No, facts. And we're going to get this dub. Just know that, all right? We're going to get this.
A2A style. If 3-9 didn't pick that ball, that was a TD.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was right to Minka.
Yeah. Because he stared it down. That's no, you know, that'd be like.
I
That'd be
can't
like,
envision that not going to make it because it
I
went
kind
right
of
to
think
him.
of it like this: if Baltimore last week was like, you know, that Simmons pick in the end zone, if he don't catch that, that's a touchdown. When it was
Exactly.
like for him, like, bro, it hit him square in the hands though, baby. Like I get what you like. Technically, yes, if he did miss it, but if Minka missed that play, we would be looking at Minka like, who is this player in the 39 jersey? All right, because it was like, yeah, it's kind of like me and my little man do drills. G, you ready? Backpedal, for him, go. And it looked like that, baby. Mm-hmm.
Matthew Gisner. Local media has no respect for us.
They never do.
Thinks they're going to beat us easy. Okay, he's still talking about the Baltimore media. Obviously, no respect for the offense, but they're dogging our defense, too. Give me ammo, boys. Extra effort. Ravens week.
Let's go. And we anticipate them feeling like that, but they're feeling like that with Tyler Huntley at quarterback. It's not the same.
I will say this about his comment. That is the one thing I'm a little concerned with going into this game. If we do some of the same stuff we were doing against the Falcons offense when they were running the ball, if we do the same stuff against the Ravens, then I'm a little concerned. But I just think the Ravens without Lamar Jackson are even going to be lesser than what the Falcons were last week.
Yeah.
So I'm not as that's the one thing that concerns me. If we let them run the ball, then we're going to have moments like the defense did last week against Atlanta. But I just don't see it happen. I don't. Not with the Tyler Huntley. Not with those running backs.
Not with them. I definitely do not see that right now, man.
The funky C-Had.
Chad. I be calling him Chad. I be messing his name up all the time, man.
Chad's good,
I don't
too.
know if it's Chad or the funky C-Had because it's C-Had, but if you put it together, it's Chad.
Yeah.
And it's like funky. It's like
Question for
Chad.
both Moats and Deke. Are there any free agents coming up next year y'all would drop a big bag to get? Also, Moats' take on Cam winning Man of the Year? Question mark.
Yeah, I'm actually sad I didn't get a chance to say that earlier, man. But yeah, man, for him to win Walter Payton Man of the Year or get the nominee, excuse me, wife was texting me, man. We're good till 40. There
Okay.
we go. So listen, you know what I'm saying? We're good till 40. See? Look at that. I learned my lessons, baby. I learned my
Communication,
lessons.
right?
Communication. Talk on the front end, fellas. All right, fella and ladies. But make sure y'all communicate with y'all significant others when y'all got to alter the plan, all right? So we got some time. But yeah, man, for Cam, man, this is dope, man. Fifth time overall being nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Highly deserving of it. His work with the Hayward House, which is his own foundation. When you look at the work that he does for girls flag football, man, just pouring resources into that. When you talk about his work with the Boys and Girls Club in Pittsburgh, like, he is all across the board. And it's not like this is his first year doing this. This dude has been having an impact in the community to this level since he's been in the league, man. One of the most selfless dudes you'll ever run across. The things that he does for Thanksgiving. I think he fed over 200 families this previous Thanksgiving, man. This dude is he's one of the big dogs in the community, man. Yeah, that's the homie. So I'm always proud of him, man. And another thing is this too, man. As a guy who's been nominated as well, by the time you get this recognition, man, most of the time you've already 5-6 years deep in this thing in terms of really being entrenched in the community. So for him to keep getting this type of recognition at this stage, it just truly speaks to the makeup of him. The success he's had on the field, the All Pros, the Pro Bowls, the money, all of that stuff, but that he's still pouring back into the community, still having that type of impact. And for me, man, it's something that I'm more proud of to see that than just his ability on the field, because a lot of dudes are great athletes. A lot of dudes are great players, but not everybody's a great person. And when you talk about Cam, he's definitely that, man. So salute my dog right there. Super happy for him, man. And I hope this time he actually wins it for the whole NFL. But there's certain challenges that come with that, because obviously the politics that go with that. But he's definitely one of them dudes, man, that when you're talking about impact and dudes that you should look up to, he's one of them, man. So shout out to my dog right there. So yeah, glad you brought that up too, man.
Jerry Ramos says, "Thank you, Mrs. Moats,
Yeah. Shout out to the wifey, man. Shout out to the wifey
for the extra time."
Yes.
Matthew Gesner, have a specific score bet. 17-16 Steelers pays $10 to get 1,100. What you think?
Specific score bet.
Yeah, he's betting the score is exactly that. Steelers win 17-16. Hey, that's basically any of these score bets.
Yeah.
You put $10 on it, you're gonna be in that 1,000 range.
Yeah.
Because of the odds.
Good luck.
I did that once or twice before. Yeah, seriously, you put like a couple bucks on it, you can win big time.
Yeah.
But that's how hard it is to actually
To actually hit
predict
the score.
exact score.
Yeah.
Because think of all the Score
That's what I'm
predictions.
saying,
I don't even
bro.
think we've done it yet.
Yeah.
We've gotten like a point or two off.
And
but
we're doing me and you going. Yeah.
I don't think any of us have done it
Yeah.
because one of us would have came in and say, "Oh, I predicted the score."
Literally,
I don't think
the
any of
only
us have done
time
it.
I predicted the score was that Rams game. Was that 3 years ago? We were at it. I think that was the only one that I might have like actually had the score for, like
Okay.
exact. And I think you had the same like one of those 27-13 ones. I think it was.
May have
but-
been close, and I just stuck
Yeah.
with it, and we were winning.
Yeah, but I'm like, bro, it's rare to actually like guess the score. So
Good luck,
yeah, man.
Lou Boy. 8 had that deep ball to 18. He didn't want to take it.
Mm-hmm.
He hitched 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
If he'd hitched 1 or 2 times, it was a
Yep.
wrap. He can't make that throw.
I knew he was gonna come to that conclusion, because when I watch it, I'm like, does he feel like he can't make it, or is he not comfortable with it? But he did do that a couple of times, where it's like he's looking and you're like, cut it loose, man. Believe that thing. So we'll see though, man. We'll see. He's still young, so I'm not about to, write him off and say that that's completely it, because we saw it in this game or maybe in some other ones. But it's like, no, we'll see how this thing continues to grow as the sample size continues to increase. But I do know what you're referring to.
AJ Martinez. What is this?
This is Jerome Bettis.
13,663
Yeah,
yards, 94 touchdowns, 13 seasons. The Bussy, Hall of Famer. Najee can get 20,000 yards and 100 touchdowns, Hall of Fame in 10 years. I don't think he's getting 20,000. If Najee was a Dolphin, he'd be getting 140 a game.
The problem is the running back position.
20,000? Does anyone have
No. But
20,000?
just two things.
Emmett Smith?
Two things.
Walter Payton? Are they
The
up there?
odds of running backs playing 10 years and remaining healthy and playing every snap or every game, slim to none. And then the odds of a running back being able to average 140 in that Dolphin system, if it was Naji, I still don't feel like that was going to be the case for 17 games, because the style that he plays, he takes shots. So you're going to miss some time, man. Like, yeah, I get it. And it was also a different era, too, man. You got to remember when they was playing with Bussy, man, that's full backs and all that big body stuff, man. But we will see, man.
Emmett Smith has 18,350.
That's a lot, bro. I'm like, bro, that's a lot. And Emmett was durable. Emmett was like 1,000-yard rusher for how many years in a row? But it's like, man, that's a lot. That's a lot, bro.
All right, next one. Lou Boy. What I don't understand is everyone says 14 was 8's favorite target during training camp, etc. Now he's hesitant. 8 can't make that throw. You draft a dog to be a dog, not to tame him. 8 can't make that throw.
I think he's making good decisions.
Fake news.
As long as you're making good decisions, man, that's all I care about. Because plenty of people have pissing contests, right? Where it's like, can you make this throw? All right, cool. You heard of Drew Lock, right? Yeah, Drew Lock can make a ton of throws. The problem is, how consistent can he make that throw? So when you're not able to do it consistently at a high level, what ends up happening is you become a turnover merchant, and you don't want to be that, baby. So regardless of if Kenny can consistently make that throw or not, what he is consistently doing is making good decisions, baby. And that's what we need right now from him with the state of this team, man. Less about him trying to show what he can or can't do, more about him leading this team to the best of his abilities to help us win. And that is what he's doing thus far. So can he make the throw? We don't know just yet. But we do know he can help us win, because we are seeing that right now, man.
AJ Martinez, watch out for Huntley.
You do got to watch out for him, but you just don't have to go crazy about
I'm
it.
not concerned.
See?
Matthew Gisner, been busy. What's up, AJ?
Man, we living over here, man. I hope you've been living good too, man. And shout out to AJ Martinez, man. I love this group that we just.
We got a good crew here.
You know, they just say, "What up, man? Oh, shout out to Trent over here, man." You know, I like that. It's a good little situation we got, man.
King Whopper, do you think we would have won more games with Trubisky? If Kenny went down early in the season, he wouldn't play as safe and really sling it. What do you think?
Yeah, but we're talking about if he would have been injured. That changes the whole context of everything that was taking place at the beginning, man.
I feel like with Trubisky, it's... If he would have been playing like he did in that second half of the Bucs game, then it could have been a different story.
But the only reason he was playing like that because there was nothing to look over his shoulder for. So he's saying if that was the scenario the whole time.
We didn't get that Trubisky.
But he's asking, do you think if that was Trubisky that we got, will we have won more games at the beginning?
Sure, that Trubisky was. I mean, that
Yeah.
Trubisky probably would have been a top 5 quarterback in the league
if
right
he's
now.
like that, I'm going to say it.
That would have been a Geno Smith type of story. If we would have got that every
Sonny
quarter,
low-key.
I'm being serious. If we would have got that
It would've,
every
bro. It
quarter,
would've.
every half from Trubisky, what
It
he was
would've,
doing in the
bro.
Bucs game, it was unbelievable.
Yeah. That
I was like, who is this guy?
We all were. Legs, arms, absolutely. Absolutely. And shout out to Jay Flame. He was giving me a 6-minute warning. Now it's a 5-minute warning. But I appreciate you.
We're getting we're
Keep
on
on
a good
clock.
pace.
Yeah, we good. We cooking.
Richard Hunt, take the over on Pickens receiving yards this week. I mean, that's what TG even said
Yeah.
too.
The same way when Deontay was upset, they overcompensated by feeding him. Look for it this week with George Pickens.
Tyree McLennan, he was saying he's not bust to media before season. This goes back to the Saquon thing. Saquon. Was it Saquon? Was it Naji? Is there a guy
Sure.
named Saquon out there?
Yeah, I'm not sure, bro.
I don't know if that clarified.
Yeah, I am not sure.
It might be Saquon saying he wasn't a bust to the media.
Okay.
And maybe he's saying Najee needs to have that same energy. As Saquon?
Oh no, Saquon energy like that for a reason though. Like, I'm a Saquon fan. You know that.
Yeah. Lou Boy, how you go from slanging it to Addison a year ago to hesitant to sling it to Pickens? Small hands. Oh, Lou Boy is on his little
baby.
Noriega today. Big
He
Noriega.
definitely is. He definitely is. But no, the difference is college open, NFL open. It's night and day, man. Night and day.
Yeah, Addison did get pretty open at times.
College open, bro. He still is getting college open. You watch him now, he's like, bro, this is, Deke, me and you can throw that ball right there, man.
The funky C hat or Chad. What about my bag? Oh, this was his question about a free agent next year question.
Oh, yeah. Who would we spend a bag on? I don't know a name off the top of my head at corner.
I think we got to just keep our own guys.
Yeah. If anything, I wouldn't mind. I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
We don't have as much cap space as we thought.
And I really like this running back market, but now I'm like, we don't need to tap into that right now. But I don't know because the running back free agency market looks nice, and I'm like, all right, what are we doing with Benny Snell? Well, like
We already got a Jalen Warren.
you see what I'm saying?
Najee, unless
Y'all don't.
TG
the way you
signs
and T-
on to be
I
the
was about to say
Steelers.
the way y'all talk about Najee, I don't know.
Front office guy, second-hand Mando Marcon. He might convince Omar to do something.
Okay.
But I think Najee's going to be here for next year for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the funky C head. Yeah,
Should be
actually,
a-
that's a good question.
that
I
is,
think we
though,
get back
low-key.
to that at some point.
Yeah, like I said, I'm definitely not prepared for the free agency talk today, but no, we would definitely come back to that though, because that's
Blue
actually
boy.
a good question. Yeah.
All he has to do is hit the deep pass once a quarter. That'll help the run game a lot.
No, you're right. It would. But if that deep pass isn't hitting this interception, now you're putting this team at a competitive disadvantage for what reason when they're still able to move the ball without having to hit those deep passes right now. As we've seen, the deep passes will come, but if you force it, now you're just going to expose yourself to more negativity potentially. And instead of us talking about getting out of these games with wins and we're critiquing it from the space of a victory, we'll be over here critiquing it from the space of a loss and talking about, man, I wish he wanted to take 4 attempts down there. I wish he would have just done 1 instead. Oh, man, if you could have cut down on this, or with the receiver would have won, or if this wouldn't happen, it's just a lot more chances for negative. And at this stage right now, we are not going to win games turning the ball over, whether it's via a sack, because we talk about our protection, right? We talked about the play that was dialed up for Deontay to score on the 3rd play of the game. What was the reason it didn't work? Protection. It was almost a strip sack. Now, that wasn't exclusively on the offensive line, but that's some of the stuff you deal with when you're talking about just once a quarter, just shoot it up there. In theory, it sounds super simple, but the execution, that's the difference. So I hear you, but I don't think the timing is right now, baby. But that's my opinion, though.
1 minute. I need to squeeze this in here.
Let's get it,
Jerry
man. Come on.
Ramos says, this is in Super Chat. Moats and Deke, y'all guys think Kenny compares to Drew Brees? Little more athletic ability and size, and I
See?
think he has a better arm than Brees.
This is the
for
problem.
sure.
This is the problem. Y'all trying to put Kenny on a Hall of Famer. I'm saying no. I need to let it develop and see it. Y'all trying to throw that you. All right. That's just, See, that's what I'm talking
little
about.
cross between
That's what I'm
Breeze and
talking
Burrow,
about.
man.
That's what I'm talking. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Pickett's more athletic than Burrow, I think.
Yeah,
So we need another guy to throw in the mix.
Matter of fact, more talented than Brady too, right? Definitely more athletic. Definitely more athletic than Brady. My throw him.
He is more athletic than Brady.
And when we be sitting here talking with some, man, why he ain't throwing for 250? Why he ain't throwing for 303 tutties yet, man? He suck. It's because y'all comparing him to some Hall of Famers, some Pro Bowls, like some elite dudes, like, bro.
I'm all about dubs.
Man.
So I don't care about the stats.
Yeah.
AJ Martinez, the last one. We're at 640. Shout out to Matthew G. Peace to my brother.
There it is. There it is. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's show. But we greatly appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit this like button. And actually, that is not it for today's show because I totally forgot that today's episode is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming, Deke. And in fact, they have an awesome set of tools to use on your set of tools. Ha 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 ha. In particular, the Lawnmower 4.0, where you're able to go over your dangly twins slow, low, whether you're in the water because it is waterproof, or if you're at night because it does have a light that goes on and off, wherever, whenever, it is there for your grooming needs, for your personal hygiene needs, along with all the other self-care personal hygiene products that Manscapes offer. And we definitely love Manscaped because not only do they offer those good things, but they even have a promo code for you guys to experience said offers. So, promo code is Moats. Use that. You get 20% off along with free shipping worldwide. So, shout out to Manscaped. And also, that is the end of the show. So, with that being said,
641.
Y'all stay safe out here. We appreciate y'all. Hopefully, my wife still let me by the end of this thing because I am 60 seconds late. But either way, until next time, baby.
Peace.